Testing. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Let me know if you guys can hear me in. Well, you know what? It would help if I had the chat up, wouldn't it? It would help. Yes, it would. So let me bring up the chat. Oh, I've added something new to the soundboard. No big deal. Just a little something.
Can I speak to your manager?
Uh-oh. That's Karen.
Can I speak to your manager?
Oh, boy.
Trajecting. A grenade. Trajecting.
Can I speak to your manager?
All right.
The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
I got you, Jay Blaze.
I call Brother Myron the Sambo from Sudan. They just love them some blonde-haired, blue-eyed, pink-toed, pale-skinned, buttermilk complexion, iron and board backside, Caucasoid, mutanoid, white cave bitches. I love the black woman. I want to say that the black woman is the queen of the planet Earth. She's the mother of civilization. That the black woman is the goddess of the universe.
Oh, shit. Deshaun Watson to the Browns? Say what?
A woman never belongs to you. It's just your turn. You lost your edge, she lost the traction for you. That's how it works. What'd you think she was gonna do? Tell you she cheated? Men cannot afford to get complacent in relationships. Get your fat ass off the couch, start lifting weights, and learn game. You're welcome.
And now your man, Donovan Sharpe.
What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to the 843rd edition of TSR Live, your daily dose of toxic masculinity and misogyny. It is Friday, March 18th of 2022. It is good to have you guys in this afternoon. Looks like the Browns just signed Deshaun Watson to a 5-year, $230 million contract. It looks like it's going to be $184 million over the first 4 years, $48 million raise over what he was scheduled to be. Holy moly. The full, dude, this is $230 million fully guaranteed. Wow. That is the highest guaranteed ever given to an NFL player. Holy cannoli. It's about time the Browns it's about time the Browns did something right, man. They were the laughing stock of pro football. They're getting rid of Baker Mayfield, and now they've got Deshaun Watson. So looks like Cleveland got him a player. Anyway, as always, we are streaming live to multiple platforms, and I need to see exactly which platforms I'm streaming live to, because when I do the switch over, it is going to be critical that I get this right. We are streaming live to, there we are. We're streaming live to Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, MGTOW.tv, Manosphere.tv, and of course, in crystal clear, high-resolution 4K to Sharpe Stream, which is the only owned and operated Red Pill streaming platform. So however you're watching, wherever you're watching from, thank you for making the Sharpe Reality Live a part of your daily routine. For those of you who are just watching, and I need to pull up my Sharpe stream. Chat. So forgive me for being a little bit slow on the uptake as far as the Sharpe stream guys are concerned. I am running a little bit behind. I am a little bit disappointed in the Deshaun Watson thing. I was hoping that the Eagles were maybe a silent team that was in there trying to get Deshaun Watson. But listen, good for Cleveland. They just got Amari Cooper. They've got Deshaun Watson, and they've got a Super Bowl roster. They've definitely got a Super Bowl defense. They've got that two-headed monster. At running back in the form of Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb. So yeah, I think the Browns are going to win the AFC Central. So it's good to have you guys in here today. Shout out to Spicy Life. Shout out to Spicy Life for becoming a member. Welcome to chat privileges at Spicy Life 314 to welcome him to TSR Towers. If you would, Spicy Life 314. If you would, put your age and location in the chat. Age and location in the chat. Shout out to Lee Johnson. Welcome to chat privileges. At Lee Johnson to welcome him to the TSR family. If you would, Lee, put your age and location in the chat. While we're at it, let's get everybody to put their ages and locations in the chat. Let's go ahead and do that. That way we know where we are, where we're coming from, etc., 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 and we can go from there. Let me see. All right, shout out to my snipers on the Sharpe stream side. We've got JBlaze11, Dre Raven, Hellfong, Jonathan Vasquez is in the house. Good to see you in here. Looks like Blazanity and Oxcraig ×2. So shout out to my snipers on the Sharpe stream side. Shout out to my sharpshooters on the YouTube side, Ice Dragon Kid, JBlaze11 double dipping, Dre Raven double dipping, Josh Mays, Mark LeBrant, Winston Leonard is in the house. Good to see you in here. Of course, Lee Johnson and Spicy Life 314 are in the house. Shout out to Alyssa Wilkins in the house. Longtime member. And of course, double dipping is the lovely and talented Devin. So shout out to all of you. Shout out to all of you for tuning in today. I have a great show in store for you guys today. I'm not going to do the rundown for Reddit. I'm gonna do a breakdown. So the show schedule is for today. I'm gonna do the breakdown. I'm gonna do the breakdown for the Fresh and Fit podcast with Amanda, the Silver Sable herself. I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to premiere, one of my TSR tunes. You guys can obviously get my TSR tunes videos on YouTube. They are cataloged, but sometimes guys like to watch this kind of stuff live. And as I've always maintained that most of any given YouTuber's subscribers have not seen most of their content. And so for those of you guys who might not be aware, I've got 5 or 6 long TSR tunes, and then I've got probably about a dozen TSR tunes for shorts. But at any rate, I'm glad that you guys are in here today. So that is the show schedule for today. We're going to do the breakdown of Fresh and Fit with Silver Sable, a.k.a. Amanda. Then after that, I will premiere the very first TSR tune that ever happened, which was the How Close I Came to Being Locked Up for Domestic Duracell. And then, of course, I will be doing my Love is Blind breakdown. The last wedding. We're going to be breaking down the last wedding, and then if we have time, we might do the reunion show. The reunion show. So at any rate, listen, man. I'm not gonna waste a bunch of y'all's time. I'm not gonna sit here and long stroke you like the lead attorney. Let's go ahead and get right into it. let's go ahead and get right into it. So, as you guys all know, if you guys have checked out my YouTube channel earlier today, I premiered the confrontation that the Silver Sable had with one Kevin Samuels on the Fresh and Fit podcast a little over a year ago. It was a little more than a year ago. And it was great fun. As you guys could hear me in the background, I absolutely loved what was happening because Amanda was giving us all kinds of shit, and I was with her toe to toe. I was with her. I was giving her shit. And then finally, Kevin Samuels called in and just absolutely leveled the earth. Now, the reason why, see, I'm not, and Rolla had a very big impact, but I tend to talk a lot when I'm on these podcasts with these women. This was the very first time I think I'd ever been on Fresh and Fit after hours, I think. And I kind of, I interrupted a lot, and I did a lot of stuff. A lot of the stuff that I said was apropos, but I didn't really give the ladies too much time to talk and really bury themselves. I was making good points, but sometimes you have to just take the L and be like, you know what, I was a good guest, but maybe not so much. I'm a much better guest now, and I'm very thankful for that. At any rate, Kevin Samuels called in and bailed your boy out. And so what we're going to do is we are going to break down. I think this is Amanda's third appearance on Fresh and Fit. She was on the time before I was, then she was on when I was, and now she's on now. So without further ado, let's get this party started. I'm going to start it from where the conversation really began. So here we go.
Hey, King Asiak, serious question for the ladies. Please, no cap. I'm a well-to-do man, but I'm body blind. How can you impress me? This means I can't see your body, weave, etc. Oh, okay. Ooh. We go around the table. We'll start with Miss Fruit Cutter. How would you impress this guy? He can't see your body.
She's saying, like, he can't see me at all.
No.
Now, keep in mind, he is asking, how would you impress a man who is body blind? He can see your face, but not your body.
Well, I think he means the face he can see.
Yeah, only the face, but not the body. So how would you?
I feel like it's just, like,
merch
about the conversation and getting to know them. Like, seeing if you could talk.
But he's saying, how can you impress him?
See that?
I don't know anything about him.
See that? Do you see this? Now, this girl, I think, is like 18 or 19. I think she's 19. The other girl is 18. He's asking these women, what would you do to impress a man? She's like, I don't really know anything about him. Translation, I don't know I've never had to impress a man, right? She's a young, pretty girl. She lives in Miami. She's a young, pretty girl. Of course again, young, pretty girls here in 2022, they're not going to know anything about impressing men because they've never had to do it. They've never had to do it. I think that's probably what the point of the question was, but we'll continue.
True.
So you're saying competition, like personality, basically, so you would impress him.
Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, be able to hold a conversation, like, get to know each other. Like, if he can't see my body, that's really all there is, right? Like, conversation.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah. Pretty much.
No, that's not all there is. I would go more into this, but Miss Yacht Girl actually nails it.
I'm trying to think here, like King Asiatic. I wish I had a
shout out to Feek the Geek. Welcome to chat privileges. At Feek the Geek to welcome him or her to the TSR family. Feek the Geek, if you would, put your age and location in the chat. Thank you.
A little bit more, bro. Like, impress you, like how?
I don't understand the question.
I get the question. I know
It's like
exactly
very-
what he's talking about.
Good.
So I would say just get to understand who you are as an individual. Like, let's say you probably have some important things in life that you want to accomplish. So it's just understanding that and seeing where you fit into that category. Like, whether it's a businessman or a realist, who knows? You don't know. So it's just more so like adapting to what fits with you, with him, where you guys can kind of be compatible in that sense, like communicating, word transparency. So like really speaking, and we're to the point where you can't tell me nothing about you. No, I can't tell you nothing about me. He can't tell me, no one can't come and interfere. Like, it's more so just really getting to know that individual.
Okay, she kind of went off the rails there, but she hit it on the head right from the jump. Yeah, listen, man, if you're going to impress a man, so basically what Myron was asking, or what the chatter was asking, is what can you bring to a man? How can you add to a man's life that has nothing to do with your sexual allure? That was what the question was supposed to be.
On a deeper level, like your family, like, what are your dreams?
Big Wu-Tay Samaj. Whoa! Big Wude Samaj is probably, dude, Big Wude Samaj is the longest tenured TSROG. Big Wude Samaj, I've actually met, I think I've met you a couple of times. But Big Wude Samaj, man, like, matter of fact, hold up. Why are you not modded? Congratulations to Big Wude Samaj, who should have been a moderator about 3 years ago. Good to see you in here after a very, very long time. He says, like Donovan says, as soon as they know guys like him, they stop maturing, developing, hence they struggle pleasing men. That's exactly right. I've said this 100 times. And this might be in the 49 Laws of Sharpe. I'm not sure. If it's not, it will be. As soon as a girl figures out that men want to have sex with them, they automatically stop maturing mentally. And the reason for that, the reason they stop maturing mentally is because there's no need for them to, right? Because a woman is born with everything she needs to get everything she needs. As soon as a woman figures out that men want to have sex with her, her mind says, oh, well, men want to have sex with us, so we don't really have to learn much of anything. And the reason for that is because, well, our sexuality is the gateway to everything we need. Relationships, sex, romance, resources, etc., etc. This is why this is why this 19-year-old girl is absolutely fucking clueless about what men want, because she's never really had to understand that.
What are your goals? Like, really get in tune with what the man mind is, because it's confusing. A lot of men.
No, it's not. Nope. No. Men were listen. See, she was good to go for a little while, but then she kept talking, and eventually she spun herself into a circle. No, men, we're not confusing at all. We're not confusing. We're not hard to please. We're very, very simple creatures.
And they hold a lot. They don't really talk much, so it's really just understanding them, just so you can see where you place.
Men are easy though.
It depends. Some men go through some tough things in life where it's patience you really have to have. Like patience.
Okay, so Myron just said, but we're really simple. She's like, it depends on the man, and then then proceeds to just talk over what he just said. So
understanding and
yeah, thank you for your service, Big Wood. I appreciate that.
Guidance and always understand that everybody, you're gonna go through arguments, you're gonna go through bad things, but it's honestly like, if that person's worth it, then
she looked a lot better when she was on with me. She was sitting to my right when Devin and I were on the Fresh and Fit After Hours, and she does not look like the same person. Holy moly. Like her hairline, looks like her hairline's receding, her eyes are smaller.
Hold on, but definitely impress someone with getting to know everything about who they are, and just, yeah.
Gay. All right.
Yeah, that was, listen, she was good for maybe the first 15 seconds or so, but then she just kept talking, and it was all downhill from there.
All right. What about you? How do you impress the guy? You can't see your body. What are you going to do?
I would have to say conversation too. Conversation, and I've been told I'm pretty funny, so humor.
Wait, you are funny?
Once you know me, I'm also like reserved.
Okay, so this girl looks good. She's fairly attractive, and I think that's her real hair. I think it looks like her hair is real. If her hair is fake, I've lost all hope in humanity.
I'm gonna move her with humor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay. Oh, my finger slipped. Sorry. Amanda, what would you do?
I have a split response at this juncture. It's like how I would answer the question before, but now I know how I should answer it.
So what she is saying is that she has learned her lesson. So throughout this podcast, she is going to say, okay, well, my fresh and fit answer is blah, 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 but my answer is blah, 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 blah. So she is now a veteran of Fresh and Fit, trial by fire.
All right, give us the Karen answer, then give us the silver.
There you go.
So my real answer would, can I speak to your manager?
That's the Karen soundbite.
Be like, hey, right, have a conversation, but also more than that, like make sure you share some comment.
What? No, I don't. It should be in the counter. Should be in the medicine cabinet. All right.
And likes, goals, understandings, like backgrounds, because I understand you guys are going to tell me any girl should take any guy that's wealthy and any guy if the girl just needs to be hot. But at the end of the day,
there
like,
she goes.
The divorce rate says that's not true.
There she goes.
Right. So I guess you have to have some shared, right, true, like beliefs and goals for it to ever work. Even if you are the perfect rich man and she is the perfect looking girl for you, maybe it won't still work out. Right. And the answer that
here she goes.
My educated, can I say that? My fresh and fit educated.
Yeah, there you go.
Is probably describe like sexual acts and actually what you look like.
What? So to impress a man who has no idea what you look like from the neck down, describe sexual acts and what you look like. See, what it comes down to, guys, is that a woman who does not have anything to offer always defers to her sexuality. The more skin she shows, the less she has to offer. That's just how that goes. Well, Donovan, you post pictures of your girl and she's half naked. You guys know what she has to offer. And I show my girl because, well, I just like showing my girl. Exceptions do exist. They don't make the rule, but they do exist. But for Amanda to sit here and say, hey, listen, man, this man is body blind. How are you going to impress him without him knowing what your body looks like? Just talk about how I'm going to slob the knob and give him Bobby Joe's and let him go back door and describe my body. No, because any woman could do that. What can you offer me? What can you offer me that you haven't given to another man? That's how you impress a man who can only see you from the neck up. It's the only way.
All right.
Get down to the point because they're going to be like, that's what men care about. As soon as you say you're 32, it's over.
For the record, I don't believe for 1 second that Amanda is 32 years old. I think Amanda is every bit of 42 years old. Because I remember when she was sitting directly in front of me and she told me she was 31, I was like, there's no way this woman is no 31. There is no way Amanda... Listen, she appears to have matured a little bit, but she does not sound... Like, it's interesting. Like, you can tell older women have voices that are a little bit deeper. Devin's voice is a little... Listen, you can tell she's a woman, but her voice is a little deeper than it was when she was 19, 20 years old. This is just how it works, right? When's the last time you heard a 75-year-old woman sounding like an 18-year-old girl? No, you don't hear that. The older women get, the deeper their voices get. And their voices don't deepen at the rate men's voices deepen, at least not early. But she does not sound like a 32-year-old woman. Okay? She sounds like a 42-year-old woman. There's no way. Listen, I've been with many women. I've been with 18-year-olds. I've been with 28-year-olds. I've been with 38-year-olds. I've been with 44 and 45-year-olds. Okay? I've been with women in their 40s. Amanda sounds physically like a woman in her 40s. I don't believe for 1 second she is 32 years old. I just don't.
I mean...
All right, that's funny.
No love.
I mean, I feel like y'all are gonna like this answer.
See, this girl is 18 years old. She sounds like she's 18.
But I'm gonna say it anyway.
Sure.
But I feel as though like
Merch. Devin says if she's 32, I'm 35. Yeah, exactly.
Picking apart someone's mind is super.
Hey man, listen, I lied about Devin's age. I took 7 years off of her age. So, dude, if somebody looked at Devin and I told everybody she was 38 years old, they would believe her. They would believe her.
Super important when you first start talking to them anyway. So I feel like regardless of like all looks aside, everything like that, I feel like mindset, merch,
there you go. She's learning.
Mindset.
That's funny.
Someone's mindset is a very big thing for me. So I feel like our mindsets have to align in some way.
Okay, sweetie, I understand where you're coming from, but the question was, how can you impress him? Do you see how every girl is solipsistic by nature? I feel like we have to have... No. Listen. We ain't talking about you. How are you going to impress him? How are you, as a woman, going to impress the man? These girls are still talking about, well, if he has X, Y, and Z, then no, baby girl, How do you qualify to him? They still don't get it.
Way.
So you meet a guy, you read their mindset, and then you connect.
I feel like
nope.
Not necessarily, but I do want there to be some similarities in our mindsets.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Cool.
Okay.
Mine is very simple. I would just smile and
Wait, but they're blind.
I would just smile.
you said
See?
body blind, not blind.
Face, but not body, apparently.
Face card.
Gotcha.
I would just face card. I would give face
I
card.
told you, that's a good answer.
No,
Don't say shit, just smile.
Yeah.
Smile and win, boy. Smile.
All right, well, whatever.
I would just smile, maybe compliment him.
Oh my God. Stroke his ego. Come on, man.
Clever. Clever.
Her industry does tell us that.
She knows that. She knows finesse niggas all day.
Yeah.
With that.
She knows the dirty secrets.
Nice wallet. All right. Looks nice and fat. Is that a black card? Oh man, you're so awesome.
Yeah, it's cool.
Jay Blaze says this 18-year-old sounds like she has hope. That of course is until we find out she. That's right. That sweet little innocent 18-year-old brunette who looks like she smells like hope. She fucks niggas, y'all. She absolutely positively does, and she admits as much on this podcast. You can't always judge a book by its cover. You can most of the time, but not always. Crimeancer with the $20 super chat says she might look 42 because she's had more than her share of CC. She knows it. I have seen her up close and personal. I have sat in front of her. I have stood next to her. That woman is not 32. She's nowhere near 32.
Nice.
She is 100% lying about her age.
Shoes.
Oh man, you're so cool. I love talking to you.
I love Gucci.
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh, tell me more about your stock market investment.
Now they're clowning her for being young. That's funny.
That's so sad.
Oh,
I won't leave you.
she's a bitch.
I won't leave you for tonight.
All right.
Fucking
iPhone 65
By the way, Pogson is fucking savage in this episode, man. Woo!
in the house. What's up with you?
Well, I gotta be attracted to you because
See?
right now I'm not.
See this? I gotta be attracted to you. Baby girl, the question. Bitches always make it about themselves, don't they? We're talking about a man. We're talking about a man who has options. How do you qualify to a man who does not know what you look like from the neck down? How do you qualify for a man? How do you qualify to a man? How do you get this guy to like you from the neck down or from the neck up without him knowing what you look like from the neck down? This bitch says, I gotta be attracted to you. Bitch, it ain't all about you. These bitches, and again, this abundance mindset is just natural. They automatically assume that every guy wants to fuck them. It's insane.
Really interested in any relationship or to entertain anybody. So
See this? To entertain anybody. Bitch, we ain't talking about you. We're talking about him. Dude, none of these girls know what's up, man.
I want to talk to you.
See?
I'm not going to say anything.
See?
But I do have a great personality. I am kind of mean right now. But I do
Stop the cap.
This girl is a ratchet. This girl is ratchet. This girl, this black girl with the blonde wig, you can tell she's ratchet. She's all calm and demure, but she says I'm kind of mean right now. She is definitely doing C-Thrim. Cloak the hood rat in me. Just because she's not acting ratchet, don't mean she ain't ratchet. She has all the makings of a ratchet.
I'm not capping. I'm really cool. I'm very educated.
Yeah, you are. I'm not capping, which means she's capping.
A lot of the girls said it's more of a mental game, trying to get to know you, trying to, conversate.
Why y'all copying my answer?
Everybody has the same answer, but in reality, if I'm not fucking with the face card, I ain't fucking with you at all. Mm-hmm. And it's the same.
Bruh, they asked you how you would impress a man who does not know what you look like from the neck down. The question wasn't, would you date a man? What would it take for you to date a man who couldn't see you from the neck down? This bitch still thinks it's all about her.
Same thing. Like, if guys are not attracted to me, they're not going to come, hey, shorty, what you doing with your name? Da, da, da. If they're not attracted to me, they're not going to even give me the time of day. So I reciprocate the same energy.
That is true.
Oh, God.
Just being real.
All right, cool.
Damn, she managed to throw Myron off.
Super Saiyan Blue.
Yeah. So we got King at read that one.
Oh
no.
The reason why I'm going through with the super chats is because the super chat questions are what really start the conversation.
Yeah, love the conversations, guys. Do you think it's important for a man and a woman who are dating to have the same political views?
Wow,
that's actually.
Here we go. Here we go.
We go around the table on this one. Yeah, we go around. Just political views. I think.
Personally, from experience, once the man has a dominant view, the woman may come around to his view.
Yeah.
Over time.
Yeah.
But off rip from just like a equal standpoint, if they both agree on the same team, it's better.
Ideally, you want to have the same political views of them, when to be honest.
Yeah.
But if the man is like, let's say you meet a chick and she's like a fucking raging Democrat liberal, but you're like conservative, but your frame is strong, she's gonna switch over to you, bro. Watch.
It's like sports.
Yeah.
You might have a Houston Rockets fan or like a Raptors fan, and then they switch over.
Women almost always acquiesce to the strongest man in their life. So if they're with a boyfriend, and
Bingo.
let's say they were, I don't know, an
Bingo.
Eagles fan, right? And he's a Patriots fan. She hangs out with him enough. She's gonna become a Patriots fan eventually.
Bingo. What Myron is talking about is 100% truth. Women don't have any steadfast beliefs of their own. They really don't. They only believe what the strongest men in their lives believe. And all my womanese students, you guys know what this is. All my womanese students all my non-womanese students take a look and listen. This is what a woman will do if she really likes you. Watch.
Deal breaker.
Hang on.
Glory to God in the highest. And peace.
Hang on. I'm going to get it in here, guys. Just give me a second. Why won't it let me go back?
To his people on earth. I can't date an atheist. If he says there's no God, then there is no God. He's a Trump supporter? Ugh, barf.
See?
Make America great again, baby. He voted for Obama? See ya. Obama is the greatest American in the history of America. Guys who listen to country music, disqualified. What? I love Garth Brooks. Rap music is a deal breaker. I got all of Fiddy's songs on my phone.
Do you now?
His goals don't align with mine, I can't be with him.
His goals are my goals.
If he doesn't want kids, I can't waste my time with him. I will waste my time trying to convince him to have kids.
If a woman likes you enough, she will change whatever she has to in order to be with you. Her religious beliefs, her political allegiances, her music preferences, and even her stance on children.
If you want more translations like this, go to TSR.
If he's a Catholic...
Okay. So, all right, perfect. Excellent. Okay, so what Myron is saying is 100% truth here, guys. As demonstrated here on Womanese, and of course you guys can, as a matter of fact, I think we might be doing 40% off everything. I don't know. That might have been just the St. Patrick's Day sale. But yes, if a woman loves you enough, she will change her belief system. Women never, and I think this is law number 26 of the 49 laws of Sharpe. Women don't have any steadfast beliefs of their own. They just don't. That's just not how they're designed. They only believe what the strongest and most influential men in their lives believe. This doesn't mean they're flawed. That just means they're women. If you are the strongest man in her life, you will influence her in every way. Music, food, whatever.
So, what do you think? Should the two partners in a relationship have the same political views?
Yeah, in most parts. I mean, politics is very dangerous. I grew up with my mother always telling me that her father always taught her that you don't talk politics, especially if you guys don't agree, because it's a very deep subject.
Of course.
So
but if you're going to be in a relationship, it's going to come up inevitably.
Yeah, it's going to come up. Yeah. So if you guys don't have the same views, it can kind of riff the whole relationship.
See, this is interesting. Now, what you guys are going to pick up on, I don't know if you guys are going to pick up on this. A lot of these, most of these questions that these girls are answering, when it comes to would you do X, Y, and Z for a man, the answer is almost always no. And the reason for that is because they're assuming that he's a guy they don't want, right? You can't really have an imaginary, you can't really put, okay, even if it was like, in Myron and Fresh, I do it all the time. Let's just say a guy was 6 feet tall, 6 figures a year, blah, 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 blah. Girls are still like, yeah, still I wouldn't do blah, 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 blah. The reason they answer these questions is because it's not, that imaginary man is not real. Best believe, if the right man gets a hold of her and he has strong frame, he's dominant, he's about his shit, if he's a conservative, yo ass is going to be a conservative. If he's a Democrat, yo ass is going to be a Democrat. And by the way, men who are Democrats or bleeding heart liberals, I guess as they used to call them, pardon me, those men do not subscribe to the red pill reality. This isn't an ideology. This isn't our worldview. It's funny when people say, oh, this is your worldview. No, this is not our worldview. This is what the world is. But But men who are Democrats or liberals or whatever the case may be, they are typically, and I would say I'd put the number right at about, I don't know, 114%. 114% of men who are Democrats or left leaning, they have no stake in red pill reality. They just don't.
Shit.
Yeah.
So I feel like
when they talk about, hey, should the political things line up? What we're not factoring in is that these women are all thinking about an imaginary man. We're not talking about a man who would actually make her change, because if a woman likes you, she doesn't even have to love you. If she likes you enough, she will change her political beliefs just like that.
It's important. That's something to be talked about in the beginning of the relationship.
Ain't no talking about
it does
nothing.
Influence a lot of like your personal decisions.
Check this out. I've never had to have a discussion about politics with girls that I've dated. I don't think I have ever had discussions about politics. Anytime a girl says, well, if your politics or religion is different from mine, then we can't be together, she is using that to disqualify you. Just like with Shayna and Kyle. We knew Shayna wasn't going to marry Kyle. We knew Shayna wasn't fucking Kyle. We knew that. And what did she use? She used her religion. Well, I'm a Christian and you're an atheist, so we're not meant to be together. But if Shane and Shayna had gotten together and Shane said, well, I'm an atheist, she'd have been like, you know what? I guess I can be flexible that way. Shayna didn't like Kyle enough to renounce her Christianity. Doesn't matter. Dude, it does not matter who or where you are. If a woman likes and or loves you enough, she will change everything for you. Real talk.
Decisions, you know what I'm saying? Well,
That's true.
So that if you're going to get serious with a girl, her political affiliation does matter to some degree. But I think if you have a strong enough frame, she's going to acquiesce to you anyway.
Real talk.
So what about you? What do you think it matters if political views as far as relationship goes, serious relationship?
I don't think it matters too much unless you guys are like completely like far. Someone's far left.
Okay.
I thought she said fart. That was funny.
Super far right. But if y'all are like
fart right,
kind of in the middle, or if you guys don't hold politics as such a standard, then it shouldn't matter.
So like,
listen to her negotiating.
A radical feminist that vegan and loves carrots and shit like that. She tried to get with like a Trump supporter that eats steak every day.
Right now, now that would be ridiculous.
Yeah. Okay.
That would be ridiculous. But if you like him enough, and listen, man, listen. The whole vegan thing. Listen, if you're dating a woman, if you're dating a woman who is a vegan, there's no need to change her diet habits. If she looks great, like Janelle's a vegan. There's no need for you to try to get her to eat meat. Whatever she does nutritionally that keeps her hot, there's no need for you to change that. You just make sure you keep your shit on point. But religion-wise and things like that, oh yeah, women will definitely change that.
Okay, fair.
I feel the same way. Like, I feel like the conversation is going to come up inevitably throughout the relationship.
Yeah, if it's serious.
So I would just say as long as you are both somewhat respectful of each other's views and willing to...
There we are, blank slate equalism. Somewhat respectful of... Listen, I'll be respectful of a woman's views. I don't take them into consideration. As a man, I don't give a damn what your views are, okay? Whatever your views are, keep them to yourself. As long as you can follow orders, as long as you like me enough to follow orders and not put yourself in positions that could lead to cheating, I don't need to know what your political views are. Shut the fuck up. It doesn't matter. Because whether we agree or disagree, honestly, it's funny. I'll tell you this. When I first met Devin was left-leaning. She wasn't a bleeding heart liberal. She wasn't all the way far left, but she dropped little comments like, oh, George Bush is something about George W. Bush being not too smart. I said, whoa, wait a minute. Hold on. Okay, I thought I could hear that. I tried to play the... All right, well, never mind. I tried to play the screeching sound. I should probably add that to this soundboard. But when she said that, I said, whoa, wait a minute. I was like, well, hold on now. You said George Bush is stupid, yet people think that he orchestrated the attack. That's the book. And I'm not making this political. Please believe, right? I'm not making this political. But Devin had some very left-leaning. She had some very left. She had left-leaning views. And I was like, oh, you're a liberal. And she's like, well, yeah, but guess what? Guess what? She is not singing that tune anymore. She is 100% on board with Donovan Sharpe. But Donovan, what if she's just faking and lying to you? That means that she loves me. Because whether she is a Democrat or a Republican or a liberal or an independent, whatever the case may be, she's on board with my program on the outside. And that's really all that matters to me. But she doesn't talk that nonsense about about Bush or even Bush the Elder being unintelligent. She understands that that's just all that is mumbo jumbo. And might I remind you, on election night in 2016, she, like your boy, was very happy. Let's continue.
To learn and listen, because I feel as though that's important too, because I like to absorb new things from like different parties as well and things like that. So
yeah,
all this woman needs to do is follow the leader. Okay, this girl is young and she's beautiful. All she's got to do is learn to follow the leader, and she'll be good to go. Honestly, she needs to get married right away. Otherwise, she's going to get ran through by Miami.
Man.
DJ with the $10 super chat says, maybe Sable just had a tough paper route as a kid. Yeah, right. What up, D from Cherry Hill? Hey, what's going on, D? Baker, welcome to Chat Privileges. At Baker19 to welcome him to TSR Towers. Which reminds me, I don't think I did episode the podcast version of yesterday's video. I don't think I've seen the podcast version of yesterday's video. So I'll have to get that up. All right, let's continue.
So my fresh and fit educated answer is I don't even have a political party belief. I don't have a brain.
God, Amanda's so hard to listen to. She really is. She is so hard to listen to.
And I will do whatever you say.
Well, you know what? I'm going to give her a Don fucking DeMarco. She knows what's up. She knows what's up.
It's amiable, guys. Like, look, I'm here for it.
What
but my real answer is I think it depends on your level of insanity. I actually maybe
it doesn't depend on any of this stuff. All of everything that these women are talking about, it's all moot. If a woman loves you enough, it doesn't matter what your politics are. She's going to follow whatever you do.
Maybe it's my age, but I recall when people did have educated conversations about their disagreements. And now people are so radicalized. And
this is so funny. She's not talking like a 32-year-old. She's talking like a 42-year-old. She's talking like a Gen Xer. Really? Because I can remember a time where people could discuss their political allegiances intelligently, even with couples. But she's 32. Like, what does she know about that?
Their own beliefs. And it's due to a lot of things, right? If I go follow Bernie Sanders on Facebook, now Facebook's going to give me a bunch of ads that, play to my...
This just in, Amanda's left-leaning. First person she mentioned was Bernie Sanders.
Political belief. I think a lot of people, especially younger people, millennials, even though that may be old to some people here, I feel like a lot of Republicans I know don't even believe what the people that run the Republican Party do, right? So for me, I think it's more like, are you level-headed?
At this point, she's just getting lost in the weeds. She's just talking to talk.
Are you willing to have an educated conversation? And
I'll strike with the $5 super chat says you can tell a lot about a chick based on her voice tone, like if she's a dude. Appreciate that. Miguel D, $5 says big facts. I dated a Wiccan and had her in church in 2 weeks. I'm trying to tell you.
Not take it.
Baker19 says I bet she felt the burn. I need the
super seriously. If you're a zealot, yeah, no, you gotta get with another crazy zealot, and best of luck to you.
Oh my God. Robert Eliezer says hashtag laces out. Oh boy. Oh boy. Ooh, that was a not so subtle jab at your girl.
All right.
Yeah, I believe you guys have.
Oh, Sith Lord Entertainment with the $100 super chat says the Silver Sable has got to be the most masculine I have seen and heard. Jesus, Spider-Man needs to come and web her up ASAP. Hope is all well with everyone, though. Let us give him a second. Double D, Don DeMarco. I still need to get with the white Don DeMarco, the Donald Fitzgerald DeMarco the third. Dr. Doug, $5 super chat says GW academically. I don't know what the GW is. Oh boy. Somebody tell me what GW is, and then I'll read that super chat because my mind isn't letting me know what that is now.
Have to have the same political beliefs.
Same. Okay. You think it's got to be the same? Okay.
I think if based off my experience, men take the political thing very serious. So I would say if
she does not look anything like she did when she was on with me and Dev. Like, yo, you know what I'm going to do? Hang on a second. I'm going to pull up. Just bear with me here, guys, because she looks like a different human being. Now, see, we talk all the time. We talk a lot. Here we are.
Stupid.
There we are. Oh my God.
Just a lot of mental
oh my goodness.
You have to go see a psychologist.
Holy smokes. So I'm actually going to put this on the screen. So look at this woman. This is what she looked like. I'm going to bring this. Just give me a second here, guys, because this is where the makeup really can be deceiving. Matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to screen. Give me a second, because this is incredible. I cannot believe how different she looks. She looked so much better. Oh my God, this is insane. Hold up. Let's put that. Okay, so that's that. And now let's see what she looks like right now. Let me, I'm going to blow this. I'm going to try to blow this up as far as I can here so that you guys, okay. So you guys see what she looks like there, right? This is what she looked like when I was on Fresh and Fit. This is what she looked like when I was on Fresh and Fit After Hours. Okay? Wait a minute. Right? That was her. As a matter of fact, you know what I can do? I can toggle back and forth. So this is what she looks like now. Okay? There you go. That's what she looked like when I was on. This is what she looked like when I was there. Let me go back. I want to go back so you guys can get a clear view, because this is insane. She looks like a different human being. So that's what she looks like then. Why isn't this toggle thing working? That's what she looks like now. That's her now. This is her then. This is where makeup can really, listen, makeup is supposed to accentuate your features. It's not supposed to make you look like a completely different person. Holy moly. Dude, look at that. Like, she looks dude, she looks run down in this one. She looks absolutely run down. So anyway, just thought I'd point that out. Let's continue.
If you're dating someone that takes the political, like, let's say if they're Republican, but deep.
Yeah, Deputy G says she looks more bald. Yeah, I told you her hairline was all pushed back and everything. It's crazy.
You're a Democrat. I don't think it would work. But if you're like an open-minded person, like, I don't want to say what I am, but if you're like an open-minded person and you're willing to learn and educate yourself, because everything in politics is like, it's not based off a lifestyle. It's kind of a rule of what's going on, and it's kind of where you fall into place, and it's kind of a categorical thing of how they feel like where Democrats lie, where
oh my God,
lie,
blah 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 blah.
So, in my eyes, if you're open enough to learn, then you should stay together with that person, no matter what politics it is. Just open your mind, learn.
Yeah, I'm gonna start calling her Two-Face. Like, dude, and guys, again, and I'm not trying to get off on a tangent here. But we actually talked about this on Not All Women a couple of weeks back. Makeup is okay. I'm not anti-makeup. As long as the makeup accentuates what you look like. Like the 18 and 19-year-old, they have on makeup, but it's not completely caked on. But dude, when makeup makes you look like a completely different, like, look, hold up. Look at this. Like, this is what she looked like. Dude, I can't believe it. This is insanity. This is insane, dude. She looks like a different human. Jesus.
Understand, you'll be super surprised as to what you hear on the Republican side. You never know. So
she's
open,
a Republican.
But if you're a person that it bothers you and you stand strong with your Republican or whatever. I mean, if you stand strong with whatever you believe in politics wise, then you shouldn't. Because
Baker 19 says Harvey Dent. Yep.
Because it could break up your relationship.
Dr. Doug. Oh wait, GW. Oh, George. Oh. Okay. Thank you. George W. Bush. Yes. George W. Sometimes people just call him W if you're referring to his father. In political circles, they call him Bush the Elder. So George Herbert Walker Bush is Bush the Elder. George Walker Bush is George W. Bush. He says George W. Bush academically outperformed both candidates he ran against. George W. Bush was just academically lazy, and that proves even more how intelligent he really is. Yeah, G-Dub was a smart dude, for sure.
Yeah, I completely agree with her. Like, I think it would depend on...
Yeah, Dr. Doug with the $2 super chat. I appreciate you clarifying that for me. Thank you very much. DJ70, $10, says Sable's voice is the result of a steady diet of cigarettes, semen, and red wine. Probably right.
That, like, how they are in the relationship? Are they open-minded? Like, will they listen to what their partner has to say about their political beliefs? And like,
the younger you are, the more open-minded you need to be. Okay, dude, I'll be 45 years old in August. I'm not an open-minded individual. Would you like to know why? Because I'm almost 45 years old. Guys, look, I don't have all the answers. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and call myself the wisest person on earth, but at 45 years old, I think I've got things pretty well figured out. I don't need to be, you need to be open-minded on feminism. No, I don't. Feminism has destroyed both men and women. I am closed-minded about that. You should be open-minded about the way the dating market works these days. No, I'm not open-minded about that at all. I know exactly how it works. I am closed-minded. I will debate with you to see if maybe I could add some dimension in my own understanding of things, but open-minded? No. Fuck that. Being open-minded is overrated. Fuck out of here.
Be open to, like understanding why that's their political beliefs.
Like what the guy listens to the girl, you mean?
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, oh my God. See, this girl is cute, but you guys are beginning to see the intelligence level of young women. The intelligence level of young women is plummeting. It is plummeting. It really, really is. And listen, Dev's niece, Olivia, she is as sharp as a tack. She is extraordinarily emotionally intelligent. Unfortunately, Olivia is the exception to the rule. She is extremely emotionally mature, and it's probably because her family life is a little bit chaotic. What with her, mother being in and out of rehab and all that other kind of stuff. But yeah,
I'm saying you're saying the guy's got to listen to the girl and vice versa.
Yeah, like they both of them need to listen to each other.
Jesus, she doesn't know what she's talking about.
No.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Right. Yeah, he said no because that was all just nonsense. If a woman likes you enough, she'll change whatever she has to. Technomage B5, $20, says, assume she's left-leaning until proven otherwise, even if she claims to be on the right. So many, quote, conservative girls give off are feminists in disguise. Tommy Lauren, for example. Their biological imperative leans socialist. Wow. Dude, that is straight fucking facts. That is straight fucking facts. Wow, very good super chat there by Technomage B5, man.
All right, so I was like, I need this megaphone for this one.
Thank you.
Say Mac, $20. First super chat, got too many 304s, but just got me a thick black girl that loves anime and likes your show more than I do and understands men's views with no objections. Rare. Possible pregnant. I'm 30 and make about 80K. I'm good. You about to get trapped, my guy.
Oh boy, there it is. Oh, listen to her. Congratulations. Yeah, she's congratulating her for getting the bag.
Run for the hills, nigga.
Run for the hills. My favorite part is she likes your show more than I do, and now maybe she's pregnant.
She's trapping you, bro. She's trapping you. As soon as
I make 80K though, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, we don't give a shit about your money, Silver Sable. I sold Silver Sable this to her face I was like, dude, I don't give a fuck about your money. I don't need your money. She clearly still hasn't learned her lesson in that regard, I suppose.
Especially for her plan.
Once she no longer has to do the abortion, bro, next thing you know, she gonna start putting on fucking
Noit Roba.
Tell her she's really hot. Get her some hot beer.
No, marry her before she give birth.
Oh my God! Marry her before she gives birth. What the hell kind of cockamamie tomfoolery advice is that? Are you fucking kidding me? You're trying to give the bitch multiple bags? marry her before. Sith Lord Entertainment with another $50 super chat. Says, I think she is confusing open-mindedness with open-leggedness. Not a word, but I'm but I'm coining it. I love it. Open-leggedness. I love a woman who is open-legged. I mean, open-minded.
Oh, God.
Are you serious?
Yeah, well, if she's pregnant, possibly. Yeah, I mean, you can't be getting nobody pregnant if you're not trying to marry them.
Oh, bitch. Are you kidding me? Oh, this
I'm sorry.
After this show.
What war are you living in, 14?
Well, she's fairly religious.
Does that?
So that's why.
I don't listen, dude. She's fairly religious. Myron let her off the hook. Bitches are not religious, man. Women do things religiously, but women don't, dude. As far as religion goes, women only follow the strongest men. Okay, if the strongest man in her life is a Southern Fried Baptist, praise be to Jesus. If the strongest man she knows is a Catholic, glory to God in the highest and peace to his people on earth. You guys saw it on Womanese. If the strongest man in her life is an atheist, she says there is no God. If the strongest man in her life is a Buddhist, she is a Buddhist. If the strongest man in her life is into Hinduism, she's into Hinduism. This woman is not religious. Honestly, I'll tell you what, this woman right here who just said that, she's not religious, but I'll tell you what, she's into witchcraft. She's into witchcraft because I'm going to tell you something right now. That does not look like the same human. That does not look like the same person. So religion, no. Maybe witchcraft? Yep. You better fucking believe it. You better fucking believe it.
I'm not religious. I have a relationship with God in me.
Oh my God. Did this bitch really just say that she... Oh my God. Oh, Jesus. Okay, I'm going to let that go. I'm going to let that go.
Yeah. 19-year-old cashier or 32-year-old with bachelor's?
19-year-old cashier.
I don't know. What's the question?
Oh, probably the girls.
Do you prefer the 19-year-old cashier, the girl on Fresh's right? She's a cashier at... Oh, wait. Actually, no. The 19-year-old cashier is sitting right next to Amanda, or a 32-year-old with a degree. No, that shouldn't be the question. You see, it's either the 19-year-old cashier or the 42-year-old with a degree.
I don't know, but
to like date. He means us. Like, would you?
Would you pick a 19-year-old cash register or a 32?
We already know the answer to this question.
We already know.
He's putting you on the spot, Ryan.
I want to hear it. That's a great question.
I'll tell you what. Here's the answer. If the 42-year-old can add to my life and help me make money, if she can help me with my business, if there are things that she can do, then yes, you take the 42-year-old and you smash the 18-year-old on the side. That's the correct answer. Just don't let your 42-year-old girlfriend find out. Otherwise, she won't be working for you anymore.
Wait.
You go with the younger girl, man, every time.
Yeah, there it is.
Jesus.
Every time.
Yeah.
Listen to them. They're all like, oh my God.
So
yeah, Publix over
men and
19-year-old girls have more
I'm
options.
also like working for
They're the ones that's gonna dog everybody out.
No, men and women are different, ladies. Like
they have options.
Like guys,
to these men, I'm too old. I'm like past my prime. J-Lo's not real. All these hot ass women that we know that are older and make money, they're not real, and only young girls that will let you run your game are hot. Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. So what the Silver Sable is doing here is what women often do when the truth is staring them right in the face, is they mention the outliers. Okay, J-Lo is still attractive. Even though J-Lo is 52, 53 years old, she's still attractive, but she was more attractive 20 years ago. There's no doubt. J-Lo is attractive. Elizabeth Hurley is still attractive. Christy Brinkley is still attractive. These are all exceptions to the rule, okay? And what do all of these exceptions have in common is that they have the money. They have the money to stay looking like they look. HGH, plastic surgery, etc., etc., etc. Silver Sable ain't rich. The bitch makes $80,000 a year. There's no way she can afford HGH. And oh, by the way, she looks good from the tits up. From the tits down, it's kind of a... No disrespect. I've seen her up close and personal. Just saying.
Yeah. That's we stand firm on that. And I hear you. That's your belief.
You take very good care of yourself as well. But at the same time, if you had to choose preference, just preference.
Oh, Street Fighter 88 says she was more attractive on a living color. Yeah, when she was one of the Fly Girls. Yep.
But, yeah.
Do you think I'm gonna choose a younger guy? Is that what you're telling me?
I'm saying for us. No.
Yeah, men are different. We like younger girls, just like you guys like older men that have money.
Oh, look at all the confirmation. Look at all the confirmation.
I agree with you, but again, I'm a very different person than either of you, and that
Amanda's special. Amanda's special. So Myron just sat here and gave her the God's honest truth. Men prefer younger women. Women prefer older men. Well, I disagree, but I'm different. Translation, I'm special. Ostrike says, let's see J-Lo with her clothes off, then I'll tell you if she looks as good as 20. Dude, real fucking talk. Real talk. Listen, I'm not trying to throw shade on J-Lo. I'm not trying to throw shade on Jennifer Aniston. They both look very good for their age, okay? But I'll tell you something right now. Devin is 45 years old, okay? She looks good in clothes. Devin looks even better naked. If you can look as good naked as you do with clothes on, then I'll give you that credit. J-Lo's attractive. There's no question about that. There is no question about that. But Ostrike, yeah, let's see her with her clothes off, and that will really tell the tale. Devin is 45. She does not have a 45-year-old's body. Not a chance.
That's not meant to be disrespectful.
I'm
it
flexing.
has nothing to do with that. I'm a woman. I also was raised with morals and values and interests in people.
You're a
That's
woman.
more than skin deep.
We-
Because
No, here we
someday
go.
you're going to be old, and how are you going to amuse yourself?
For the money.
You're just going to be so old and think the next 18-year-old's going to marry you for your money, but you won't do it without the prenup. But you get where I'm going with this? Yeah. You're going to get to an age where these girls aren't going to want you no more. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cute. They all laugh and chuckle, but Amanda's right. We are going to get to an age where young girls won't want us anymore. Probably when we're in our mid to late 60s. You see, gentlemen, as men, do men have a wall? No, we don't have a wall. Men, we have a ramp. Okay, women hit the wall. They lose attraction just like that. One day they're hot, the next day, not so much. As men, we get better looking. When we turn 30, we get better looking. Okay? I think physically our sexual peak as far as the salt and pepper, I don't know where that is, but it's probably somewhere around right now, 42, I don't know, probably 35 to 45 years old, depending upon your habits. But what she is trying to imply is that the wall for women is the same for men. No, men, we don't hit the wall. Okay? We are like wine. We get better with age. And even when we get older, young women still find us attractive. There are 50-year-old men banging women in their 20s, okay? There are 50-year-old, there are men in their 50s banging women in their 20s. This is facts. This is facts. And the reason for that is because young, beautiful women like older, well-to-do men. Two things that are inseparable. Beautiful young women and men with means. That's just all there is to it.
The way you guys preach, like, you don't got the things that they want, right? So at some point, that's true for everybody.
I mean,
at some point, that's true for everybody. She's right. But it happens a lot quicker for women than it does men. Happens a lot quicker for women than it does men. I think this is what she is disingenuously leaving out. She is trying to conflate the attraction wall for women as the same as men. No, not even close. Not even close. Women smash into the wall. Men, we just kind of, and even then, at the same age, this is so funny. This is why I love being a man. This is why I love being a man, because when women's sexual market value is declining, ours is inclining. You can go to the Rational Male and see that graph, the most infamous graph on the Rational Male book and or the blog. But so what Amanda's trying to do is she's trying to make herself and older women feel better and make us feel like crap by telling us, okay, we hit the wall and men don't want us, but you guys go through the same thing. Nope. Not even close to being the same thing. She's in another galaxy. Ostrike with the $5 super chat says, this thing about a woman in love assimilating her man's beliefs is a human thing. Simps do the same thing. Wow. Meeks with the $5 super chat says, if you want a perfect example of how women change their views for men, check out season 10, episodes 11 and 12 called Go God Go, parts 1 and 2. Appreciate that. Sith Lord Entertainment with another $20 super chat. Holy moly. So Silver Sable is about as special as the potential in my left pinky toe. Get out of here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Love that. John Henry says, bad example, J-Lo out here collecting engagement rings like Thanos. Yeah, exactly. How many times has J-Lo been engaged and married? right? Oh, she's back with A-Rod, da-da-da-da-da. Dude, A-Rod is smashing younger, hotter, tighter girls than J-Lo. He is doing this to, again, repair his image, which is what he did the first time. Let's continue.
I mean, if you got money, they'll want you.
But are you going to give it to them? Because what I've heard you guys say is that
nobody's giving. See, here she goes. Okay, as an older man, I can get with a younger woman if I have money. Yeah, but are you going to give? What am I going to do? Pay a younger woman to be with me? No. Younger women like older men because of the lifestyle. It's not like he's giving her. She's talking about a sugar baby arrangement. That's what this is.
Absolutely not. I'm going to lock it down.
See?
I'm going to show her all my bank records. I'm going to prenup it even if I marry her. But she's going to want me even though I'm old and gross and she gets nothing.
Here she goes. Oh, she's going to want me even though I'm old and gross and she gets nothing. Okay, so let's say you're a 55-year-old man and you have a 22-year-old girlfriend, right? Let's just say a 55-year-old marries a 22-year-old, right? Actually, I've got the perfect example. 26-year-old, beautiful 26-year-old Allie married a 50-year-old man. He literally twice her age. What, is Allie living in an outhouse? Huh? Her husband, Tom, has means. He's got money. He's got a great job. He drives a fucking Audi R8. He's living the dream. He just married Allie. So the way Silver Sable described this is, okay, well, when we get with a man with means, I'm going to prenup everything, blah, 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 but the girl is still going to want to stay with me even though she gets nothing. No, sweetheart, she gets the lifestyle. Young women like older women. Anytime you're talking about older women paying younger women, older men paying younger women. This is illegal. This is prostitution. Okay, this is sugar baby type stuff. We're talking about heterosexual relationships between men and women, consenting adults.
And gross. My money isn't gross.
But again, are you going to give it to her? Right? Because what you guys always tell people is,
what the hell are we going to give her money for? What are we giving her money for? Women are not worth paying. Never pay for women, guys.
Don't simp for women. Make sure you protect yourself and what you have. But you're telling yourselves when you're 80, you're still going to be wantable.
Whoa, 80? This bitch. Okay, this is funny. What she just did is she just proved that this proves my point even further. Women typically hit the wall around 30, right? They typically hit the wall around 30. That's when they hit the attraction wall, depending on, whatever. This bitch took it all the way to 80 years old. She took it all the way to 80 years old. You are only old and gross when you're 80. You see how far she took it? She just went completely extreme. When you're 80 years old, are 18-year-old girls going to like you? Unbelievable. Yeah, you guys hit the wall when you're 80. So when you're 80, that's abso-fucking-lutely ridiculous. Give me a break with that. This is a false dichotomy.
By an 18-year-old girl.
There it is.
Right? You understand, right? My point. Something's got to give here.
But something does give, Amanda. But 80-year-old men with 18-year-old women, young women, like, who are we fooling here?
Either your opinion about money and giving it over to them, which is probably going to give because you're old and your options are just going to shrink, right?
It's funny. Do you hear this projection? You're older and your options are going to shrink. She's talking about women and she doesn't even know it.
Or you're going to change your thought process about the type of women that you want, which
Look at
is
Myron.
Far less likely than me.
Listen to this.
I love how
this
she went to 80 years old.
Yes, thank you. 80 fucking years old.
Or maybe 60.
No, not 60. 80. Because a lot of men at 60 still are highly attractive. Yes, Ostrike says, am I still going to want to fuck it? Hell no. Dude, I'm 44 and I barely want to fuck. You kidding me? Honestly, I'll probably stop fucking at 50. At 55, I'm not going to be interested in sex anymore. That's it.
How do you know you're going to look good at 60?
Extreme edge, man. You are assuming.
Unbelievable. Talking about an 80-year-old getting married to an 18-year-old. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Following the typical protocol of American men, but we're not. So as a result, 80 years old especially, listen, I might be in Colombia living it up.
Right.
And I got,
but still paying.
Yeah.
No.
My point still stands.
Here we go.
So the 18-year-old Colombians are going to want me at 80, but I'm not going to give.
Oh, so now we're talking about 18-year-old Colombians wanting somebody at 80. Oh, my God. This is such a disingenuous example She's making herself look stupid.
Give them no money. Okay. Look, guys, all I want you to do is when that time comes, find me. Write me a letter. I guarantee
Listen to
you.
this. This is so funny. When you guys hit the wall, you guys are going to know it's going to be a long wait, Amanda.
All the sass I got in this body, I'm going to make it, right? Even if I'm older than you.
This is so funny. So here's what she is saying in this little diatribe. The wall comes for both men and women. The wall comes for both men and women. You guys want younger girls, but when you hit the wall, when younger girls aren't going to want you anymore, then you can call me. Psh, bitch, please.
You hunt me down and you please send me a picture. We'll come. I'll come to your
Here she
wedding.
goes.
I'll buy y'all some drinks. I will take your bet that you will do this without giving them any cash.
I will take your bet that you will do this without giving them any cash at 80 years old. Did you hear what she just said? Without giving them any cash. Gentlemen, what Amanda just revealed about herself is that she is for sale. She said giving her money 5 or 6 times, giving her money. Who the hell is paying women to be with them? Who the hell has this mindset? Unless, of course, you are a consummate sugar baby / OnlyFans girls. See, this is the problem with women who adopt Amanda's mindset. Okay, women are always trying to women leverage their sexuality for temporary resources, right? She's talking about getting with an 80-year-old guy who's paying her money. No. That's not the way women should leverage their sexuality. The way women should leverage their sexuality is the girl sitting to Silver Sable's right. This girl right here, sitting to Silver Sable's right. This girl needs to lock down a high value guy. She can have a man worth into the 7 and 8 figures. Easy. Dude, she's 18 years old. She's young. She's beautiful. She had the innocence hasn't been fucked out of her yet. She could easily lock down a high value man of any race, anywhere in the world. That is how you correctly leverage your sexuality for resources. Not, I'm going to get with an older guy and he's going to pay me money. Get the fuck out of here, man. This is the mentality of modern women. This is the mentality of modern women. Well, if I'm going to get with you, I need to cash in. Listen, you can only cash out once, y'all. You can only cash out once. And if you don't believe me, ask Mia Khalifa. Huh? Ask Lana Rhodes. Ask Brie Olson. Right? Ask Selena Powell. You can only cash in once, y'all. You cannot cash in more than once.
How about that?
To be fair, are you gonna still be alive?
Oh no! Oh my God! Oh wow! Fresh with the TKO. Listen, I'm giving her bald bull too. Woo! Oh my God! TK fucking wow! Fresh, just sniper fresh.
Years old, but the question was 32 years old or 19. Guys are always gonna pick younger girls.
There you go.
Like, you know what I mean? That's just the way men are wired. Women want security and status. Men want youth and beauty. I don't make the rules. I just report them. So this is why, like, you see a very wealthy man, a successful man. How many girls do you know here in Miami that are bimbos that are with rich guys?
There you go.
Probably a million, right?
There you go.
But you do not see many guys that are young with rich women. It doesn't work that way. Nope. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's very rare, if ever. Like, there might be one sugar mama for every 100 sugar daddies, if that.
Nope. We're not saying that it's not possible. We're just saying average of numbers.
It's not probable.
Yeah.
So if you leave a man to his own device, he's always going to pick younger, hotter, tighter. It is.
Big Dog 85 with the $20 super chat says Silver Sable sounds just like Eric Young from Impact Wrestling. I've never watched Impact Wrestling, but you're probably right. Neon X Runner with the $5 something says, like you say, Donovan, let him talk for a while and women will tell their real side. She most definitely is for sale. You nailed it. Yeah, there you go. There you go. She's talking, and listen, we've all established that relationships are transactional, but when they are transactional to the point to where cash is exchanging hands for immediate for immediate rendering of services, that's when it becomes a sale. That's when you are selling your vagina.
I know. I understand you guys' point. I just can't believe somebody that watches your show actually asked that question. I'm being really honest right now.
No, you're not. Dude, you know what that guy asked? He didn't. Well, okay, so he used 32-year-old and a 32-year-old with a degree and an 18-year-old who works at Publix. He used those as placeholders. Who would you rather have? Would you rather have Silver Sable or the chick sitting next to her? Everybody would choose the chick sitting next to her. Of course they would. That's what this is. That's why Amanda had such an adverse reaction. Because what that guy in the chat literally just said, hey, you know what, Amanda? Check this out. Okay, you're mildly attractive, but guess what? Guess what? The girl sitting next to you has a lot more options than you do. And she ain't she is not even close to 32.
I'm like, hey, maybe you just wanted your name shown, but was that a real question?
John, guys, need help, guys. Met a dancer on Tinder. We met the same night. She paid for the drinks. Vibe. She taught me in my car, and she even FaceTime one of my other women to do a threesome. Now I'm ghosted. Explain this shit, man.
Bro, you were a fun night, bro.
Yeah.
But that's what it is.
Yeah. So,
Jason Moreno, $10 says, we have to figure out how to get over, under, and around the wall, which is what builds a man. Women have to avoid the wall by cashing in early. The wall comes for all, just at different times. Very different times. Shout out to Craig Olson, the newest member of TSR Towers, at Craig Olson, to welcome him to TSR Towers. Craig, if you would, put in your age and location in the chat. Let's continue.
I'll answer that real quick. So a quick little thing. And ladies, I want you guys to chime in on this if you guys want. So this happens a lot where you move really fast with a girl the first time you meet her. Maybe you smash, maybe you get a blowjob or whatever. Maybe you guys do some great, crazy sexual acts and she ghosts you. What happens is the girl gets buyer's remorse, guys.
There you go.
And what happens is she's going to feel a sense of regret because you didn't build enough comfort with her.
There you go.
When you just like bang a
See, Myron is dude, listen to this. This is all facts.
girl without really building enough rapport or comfort or whatever else, she's going to feel like a slut. And then her hanging out with you, she's going to think, oh, he just wants me for sex or whatever. And that makes them feel really used. And it makes them feel like a thing and versus like a human being. So they don't want to feel like that. Women are ruled by their emotions. So if they feel like they're being used or an object, they're not going to want to hang out with you, regardless if you have good intentions. Hell,
there you
might
go.
say, hey, I want to hang out with you and take you somewhere, whatever. She's going to still feel weird about it because she gave you a certain sexual access quickly. And this happens a lot where a girl, this is what happens. Like you meet a girl at a club, you make out with her, you guys had fun. Oh my God, this is awesome.
There you
Let's
go.
hang out another day. And she just ghosts you. It happens a lot because girls get buyer's remorse. So,
and you want to know, and Myron is actually going to point out something. He's going to point out something very, very apropos. At this point, what this guy is demonstrating, the guy that was like, oh my God, I met a dancer, I met a stripper, she was talking about a threesome or whatever they did, and then she ghosted me. The reason he is and Myron's about to explain this after the ladies go, is because men, we don't have the same number of opportunities with women as women do with men. You understand? That's why he's tripping. Women, as Myron will point out, women have a natural abundance mentality. We as men, dude, only a select percentage of men have that abundance mentality. Now, some men have the built-in abundance mentality, which means that, hey, you don't get opportunities with women too often, but if one doesn't work out, you're not tripping. But the average man does not get nearly as many opportunities with women as the average woman gets with men. That's why he's like, oh my God, this stripper was all into me, blah, 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 blah. And as you will see, these girls are just like, move on. Well, of course they have that mentality because they're getting dick thrown at them all the time. Let's continue.
So if you put a girl in a sexual zone that she's not necessarily comfortable with getting there that quickly, maybe she was drunk, maybe she was excited, maybe there was peer pressure, whatever else, and then you hit her up, she might just ghost you because she doesn't want to feel that feeling of being used or feeling like an object.
Right.
I'll add two more. Maybe she has somebody at home that she cares about. And she wants to have a fun time for that night. One. And you were that.
Translation. She had a boyfriend. She has a boyfriend or a husband, more than likely a boyfriend. More than likely a boyfriend, and not a husband. Yes. She has a boyfriend. She had one night of fun with you. She ghosted you because she has a boyfriend. That's the answer.
Object of affection for that night. Or,
like, dude, yeah, Fritz says enjoy the one night stand for what it's worth. See, again, this guy, listen, man. How can I put this? Yeah, Mark Jr. just says enjoy the moment. Like, guys, she's a fucking stripper. Why are we writing into Fresh and Fit asking why a stripper ghosted you? Because she's a stripper. Strippers ghost everybody. Jesus.
For example, you didn't perform well, meaning that like she gave you a shot, you didn't kill it in the bedroom. All right, it's mediocre. I'm out.
Yeah.
Can I say something?
Oh boy.
I was actually going to go around the table.
I hate when girls say, I hate that. Can I say something?
Here. What are your thoughts on that?
Why did she ghost him?
Fun night, probably. Something that she
Listen
was just
carefully,
attracted-
guys.
she's probably
Listen
drunk
very
that night
carefully.
Or something. She was just trying to get off or whatever, and then woke up in the morning like, oh shit, you know. I should've never did that.
Buyer's remorse, just like Myron said.
It just kept it moving.
I think he's being mad and entitled. Like, you're probably just not
Oh,
that
shit.
important.
There we go.
I'm
You
being
see
so
this?
real. You're probably just not that important. It was a good night.
See, you're probably just not that important. It was a good night. This is her abundance mentality. Men don't think like that. Men don't think like that. The reason she can think like this is you're not that important is because she gets dick thrown at her all the time. Keep listening.
Okay. Yeah, literally, for the night, you were there, you were available. You know what? Slow night, I'm drunk. Let's get lit.
Yep.
Done.
Yeah, it happens, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't think that too deep. Like, I wouldn't think too deep into it, honestly.
See?
Mm-hmm.
See?
Is that what you
See? She's not thinking too deep into it because, again, she's young and she's attractive. There you go.
The same. Like, go ahead.
She probably just.
Now, of course, Amanda, as we will see, she's going to take this opportunity. Listen, Amanda's a misandrist. That's who she is. She hates men because men have ran through her, they've used her and abused her. Listen, she's a lot. Her decorum is a lot better now than it was back then. But make no mistake, her mentality hasn't changed. And anytime she gets a chance to shit on men, she'll do it. Listen,
Just wasn't fucking with it. That's it.
Yeah, I like how we're calling it buyer's remorse to like shame the women,
Here
but
we
it's
go.
like
See?
women sometimes just want sex too, and maybe you're just not that good. Like I know y'all.
women just want sex too. The kind of women who just want sex too, Amanda, those are whores. A woman, listen, it's not, wanting sex doesn't make you a hoe, okay? Wanting sex doesn't make you a hoe. You're human, you're a woman, it is what it is. Women get horny. That's just how it works. That's just how it works. But acting on your sexual impulses with random men, that's what makes you a hoe. So not only do we know that Amanda's for sale, and she's probably, listen, I don't know, maybe Amanda's done some sex work. Maybe Amanda's done some sex work. In due respect, I mean, listen, I've got no problem with sex workers. The respect level for sex workers is non-existent as far as I'm concerned. Even though it is a real job, you're selling your body. That's very, very easy to do. It's easy money. Fast money comes with slow problems, as Myron likes to say. But I think Amanda, what she's revealing here is, number one, she is a misandrist. Number two, she is definitely scorned. Number three, she is not no 32 years old. And number four, what was I going to say? Where was I going with this? Number four, I think I may have said it already, but yes, Amanda is showing us that she has the mentality of a sex worker. She mentioned, well, if you're an 80-year-old and you're going to be with an 18, you're still paying. See, she said, but if I'm 60 and she's 26, yeah, but you're still paying. Whoa. There are women in their 20s who are dating men in their late 40s, early 50s, sometimes even 50s, where money is not exchanging hands. Yes, they get something out of the deal. They get the lifestyle, they get to go on trips, etc., etc. But when a woman is talking about, yeah, you're still paying, and talking about relationships and all relationships are transactional, but the way Amanda has described the transactional relationships almost has a point of sale kind of vibe to it, right? This is point of sale. Yes, all relationships are transactional, but the way Amanda's talking about it, it is point of sale type shit. If I'm going to be with you, you need to pay me some money. Whoa, wait a minute, hold on. Like, I understand relationships are transactional, but whoa, like what, I've got an invoice and everything? Yeah, that's what this is.
All hype yourselves up, but at the end of the day, it's like,
You're not that guy.
she can probably do better.
See?
Like, no offense
See?
to you, but most
See?
women have a lot of options despite what is projected here.
We say
in
women
reality,
women have
a lot
more
of
options
women
all the time.
are making that choice. So the reality is, like she said, you're probably not important. It was, hey,
See?
maybe she just got her heart broken and she
See?
just wanted to turn it up, go back to the streets, as y'all say, for the night. And you did a terrible job. So why
See?
does she ever need to talk to you again?
See? You did a terrible job. She doesn't need to talk to you again. Any opportunity Amanda can take to take a shot at people, she's going to do it. And that's fine. Because as I have said many, many times before, men, we get the last laugh.
It's useless.
Yeah.
Right.
If it was good, she would have came back.
Facts.
Yeah. No, definitely. Even if it was a fun time.
Well, they didn't fuck. She just gave him a blowjob, ladies.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah. Well,
She sucked his
clearly
dick.
she wasn't
so-
interested in continuing any farther with
Listen.
what she had seen.
See? Do you see? She blew this guy in the car, and so she assumes that the reason she ghosted him is because, well, maybe she wasn't impressed. Any opportunity Amanda can see to take a shot at a man, she's going to take it.
No, she.
Listen, her decorum has changed. Her mindset is not. She is every bit the Silver Sable she was a year ago.
Sent more pics to him afterwards, like the threesomes and stuff like that. So
yeah, but
Yeah, maybe it was just a fun night or whatever she was doing. It just didn't meet up to her expectations, and she want to move on.
There, here she
not go
goes.
back.
Do you see? Do you see what happens here? Women always follow each other. So Amanda, clearly the most dominant girl at the table. The reason she ghosted you is because you just weren't good enough. Listen, that could have been the reason, but we don't know that.
I don't know.
All right.
Honestly, what you guys were saying was true, but I feel like with this guy's situation, he found her on Twitter. She's a dancer. I think she was doing business. This is her job. So she was there to probably make some money off you. You probably didn't give her any money or made her have a reason. She did the FaceTime with you with the 3 friends. She probably wanted to see or use her friends to see if this is like a simp or a guy that's gonna spend money.
Whoa. A simp or a guy that's going to spend money? Sweetheart, those men are one and the same. They are the same person. A simp is a man who tries to pay his way into pussy. Let's get that right. Do you see how what was, I forgot my nickname for her. But do you see how this woman has that same point of sale transactional type of vibe that Amanda does? Right? She is assuming that this dancer was just like, no, if that were the case, sweetheart, the dancer would have gotten money from him either before or after the blowjob. She clearly was attracted to him on some level. She got into the back of his car. She blew him. Maybe it was good. Maybe it wasn't, whatever the case may be. But this woman is talking about, well, I think the reason why is because she was doing her job. This is like, these are the musings of women who are sex workers. Dr. Doug nails it. Says D Sharpe, the musing of a woman of the night. Yes, Amanda, and I forgot what my nickname for her was. Somebody remind me of that, of what this girl was, because dude, oh my God, she is like a different human being. But both of these women have a very the way they talk like they have experience in sex work, because this is the way it appears they view relationships. Amanda clearly views relationships from a sex worker's point of view. And it appears that this woman is kind of doing the same thing.
They probably realize you're not a guy that's going to spend money, so they ghosted you.
See? If a woman ghosts you, if a woman tells you the reason why she ghosted you is because you're not going to spend money on her and she was doing her job, again, those are the musings of a sex worker. This is sex work talk. And there's nothing wrong with women who are sex workers, but what are we doing? Like, what in the world are we talking about? You can see the 18-year-old is looking at her like, what the fuck are you talking about?
You're not giving them money. It's a stripper. You shouldn't be talking to strippers if you don't have money and you're not giving them any money.
So
there it is. Listen, I talked to many strippers. I talked to many strippers. I tip not one. Dude, I've spent zero money on strippers. None. Ever. I've paid bouncers, I've paid DJs, and I paid owners, but I have never in my life, in my 44 plus years on this planet, I have never thrown money to anyone who dances on a fucking pole. So once again, this, I forgot what my nickname for her was. Once again, these women are showing us that they view relationships from not a transactional standpoint, a point of sale transactional standpoint. My relationship with Devin is transactional. There's no doubt about that. But after she gives me a blowjob, I don't go to my safe and pay her money. I don't say, okay, well, you gave me a great blowjob, we had great sex, let me cash app you $500. No, that is point of sale transactional relationships.
Like simple.
Yeah, it's funny. Street Fighter 88 says she tried to say simps don't spend money on strippers. Yeah, exactly. God, what kind of bullshit is she on?
All right, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think she was probably just trying to have a fun night. Like,
See?
she probably just went, was it Tinder? Or
No, they met.
It was Tinder, right?
What? No, no. Was it? How was it? Twitter?
Do you hear the difference between the women who have been around for a while and the younger women? The 18 to 19-year-old have it right. Listen, she was just doing it for a fun night. What do Amanda and the other girl say? Oh, no, you didn't pay money, so you didn't. That's why you got ghosted.
It was Tinder.
Yeah, Tinder, dancer, like, come on.
She wanted to smash.
If it was Tinder, like, yeah, she probably just wanted to have fun. And, like,
You would know, right?
She probably wanted money.
This
Probably give her money.
dude, this bitch is really on this. She keeps trying.
You mentioned men on Tinder, right?
Listen, hold up, man. Miss Jamaican with the accent. She is on this. Probably didn't give her money. Listen, listen.
She wanted to smash.
If it was Tinder, like, yeah.
She wanted to smash because they met on Tinder. Okay, Pogson just reiterated that they met on Tinder because they wanted to smash. Okay, listen to this other girl. Somebody remind me of what I named this. What I nicknamed this woman right here. This. The woman who just completely transformed.
You would know, right?
Listen.
Probably wanted money.
See?
Probably didn't give her money.
See? She just said it. Probably wanted money. Probably didn't give her money. Right? She keeps harping on that. She keeps harping on that because, again, this woman, whoever she is, she views relationships from a point of sale transactional standpoint.
Men on Tinder, right?
Yeah, but that's different.
How is it different? Wait. So a question: did you smash your man the first night?
No.
Uh-oh.
No.
Stop the cap. Oh boy.
How many
Here we go.
dogs did you kiss before you found him?
Ooh.
From Tinder?
In general.
I don't usually, like, it takes a few times hanging
See, answer the question. She ain't answering the question.
out before I'll do something with them. So the first night I just invited him over to make tacos.
Wait, your house first night?
Yeah.
I want you guys to listen very closely. Pogson really quizzes this girl. Okay, he really quizzes this girl, and I want you guys all to pay very, very close attention. This is a very important moment in this podcast. So this 19-year-old young woman just said that I matched with someone on Tinder, and I invited him over to my house to make tacos the same night. Okay, listen to this. Oh boy, that was not good. Listen to this. Holy shit! Listen to this interaction. I just completely fogged up my glasses. Jesus, hang on, guys. Good God, Jesus. Well, looks like I'm going the rest of the way without my spectacles. Listen very closely.
Wow.
Oh shit, she's smiling hard as fit. Wait, tacos?
Listen.
Tacos. That was so cute.
Your tacos?
And then next thing you know, it's just like.
Yep.
Wait.
Real talk.
So, I'm curious. Why did you invite a stranger on Tinder over your house the first night?
Oh my gosh.
Now, why did you invite a stranger on Tinder to make tacos at your house on the first night? We all know why she did. Because he was hot. Listen to the reason she gives before she finally just keeps it real. Listen.
She is young. You have to remember that. She's very young.
Oh, do you hear this? Do you hear the other girls making excuses for her? Every woman at that table knows exactly why she invited that kid over. Why she invited that dude over the very first night. Some stranger on Tinder. They all know because she wanted to fuck him. He was attractive. They all know this. But when Chris really quizzes, they're like, well, she's young, so she doesn't know. Do you see how the sisterhood does this? Guys, I put up a tweet in Instagram, sort of, it should be Twitter-ish. And if I can find it, I'll show you guys. But the tweet, the Instagram post, and I got it right here. Here we go. I got it right here. I'm going to pull it up for you guys. This is 100% true. What this says, it says women consistently close ranks to keep men in the dark about their treachery, their secrets, their habits, and their true nature. This is girl code. Men, on the other hand, consistently break ranks to impress women they will never fuck, and men who envy successful men. This is male femininity. What just happened, guys, is the sisterhood closing ranks. Chris Pogson just asked this girl, he just quizzed her, why did you invite a man you didn't know, a stranger, to your house? A man you did not know to your house to make tacos. Well, the reason is because he was hot. She was attracted to him. But she doesn't want to say that because that makes her look like a what? A slut, ladies and gentlemen. And the women at the table knows it makes her look like a slut. So what do they do to make sure they cover each other? Well, she's young.
Nervous. I was really
Listen. I want you guys to all
really
watch this.
Why did you?
Just watch this. Just watch this.
Wait. So,
see? Now everybody knows what Myron just said. Listen, you invited him over, you made tacos, and you fucked him. So now the women are about to close ranks to keep men in the dark about their habits, their traits, and tendencies. Watch and learn.
I'm curious. Why did you invite a stranger on Tinder over your house the first night?
Because she's attracted to him, right? But again, that makes her look like a slut. So watch the women come to her defense. Watch.
She is young.
See?
I remember that.
See?
She's very
I was nervous.
See, she is young. See that? That's her excuse.
I was really nervous to do that, actually. I even texted him like on Tinder, like, hey, I've never sent my address.
I'd be nervous to do that.
I've never sent my address. Oh, boy. I was nervous, da-da-da-da-da. And what would make a girl? And it's, listen, I don't think, well, actually, I'll take that back. I think she was definitely nervous about inviting a guy over. But what would make a girl do something? What would make a girl do something that she was nervous about doing? What would make a girl invite a stranger to her house to make tacos or to get the taco on Tinder? He was hot. You were attracted to him. Listen.
What made him want to invite you want to invite him over to your house?
Listen.
Like, what did he do? What was the game he's put on you?
Do you see the wry smile on her face? Watch this. This is so funny.
Where's your house? Like,
listen. She knows the answer. She knows why Chris is asking this question, but she doesn't want to look like a hoe. Watch her smile.
What was
look. She knows what the answer is. She knows which answer makes her look bad. Watch.
Game he's
watch.
Put on you.
Watch.
So he was a Scorpio. He has
Oh my God. Oh, I let him over because he's a Scorpio.
That's why.
More excuses. The reason why I invited this guy over has nothing to do with the fact that I wanted to fuck him. Well, he's a Scorpio, so I figured it was get out of here. See, and look at her. Watch her reaction. Look, watch. Even she knows this is bullshit.
Astrology game, guys. Take notes. Sting, not Mike Fresh. Sting.
There was more than that. He was just my type.
Bingo. It was more than that. He was just my type.
How? Like physically?
That's it.
Yes.
Yeah,
everything. Like.
Yes. That's it. Let's listen to that one more time. It took us how long?
Just my type. Like.
That's all you had to say, sweetie. That's all you had to say. What would compel you to invite a stranger that you had met on a dating app to your house to make tacos into your home? You're already telling this dude where you live. He knows where you live. We heard all the excuses. Well, he's young, and she's young. The women caping up for it. Well, I'm nervous. Well, he's a Scorpio. No. This is the wrong podcast to do that on. She finally just came out with the truth. He was my type. He was hot. Ladies, there's nothing wrong with admitting that you break rules for good-looking guys. Because you want to know something? We as men, we break rules for good-looking girls all the time. I used to do it all the time. I used to break rules for good-looking girls all the time. But you want to know what happened? Experience. We can't fight our nature, okay? When you are around persons of the opposite sex, you are going to seize the opportunity. That's just how it is. But do you see how long it took her to finally admit, you know what? The reason why I invited him over to my place is because I wanted to fuck him. He was my type. Sith Lord Entertainment with the $10 super chat says, yeah, he made tacos all right. Yeah, exactly. DJ Berserk $2 says her voice went super high to explain why she did. Right.
How? Like physically?
Yeah, everything. Like personality, like probably. Talking, looks, like
let her have her chat.
Oh my God.
If that's her thing, my lord.
No. We're
it's fine.
See that?
That's fine. Yeah, I mean, you're older.
Do you see this? See, Amanda is like, wait a minute, why are you bagging on her? The guy's like, we're not bagging on her, just, Like, keep it real. Like, dude, don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. This is what women do. Women mislead men all the time. They do it with each other. Just like that 42-year-old who told us about about what girl strips are really about. Holy shit.
He's a Scorpio.
Hateful, man.
He's a Scorpio.
Y'all like that, but
Scorpios
she
are the
can't like a
best.
Chad.
No.
My
He's not a
lord.
Chad.
Which
Nobody said you couldn't like a Chad.
has less repercussions.
Karen, we're trying to teach a guy a lesson, all right? we're trying to find out what makes an 18-year-old girl who's her age, not your age.
Oh no!
But she invited a guy right over to her house the first night. So I'm trying to make sure, hey.
I can see where you're going with
Yeah,
this.
you know what I'm saying?
Yes, if someone is listen, it's okay, ladies. Like, this doesn't make you bad people. This doesn't make you bad people, but this is where feminism has led women astray. What this has done is this is feminism and the culture at large has made women much less careful with who they mess around with. Inviting a stranger to your house you met on a dating app the first night, that is absolutely unfucking heard of. But the way society is set up is, hey, listen, man, women are more protected than they've ever been. She's not, I mean, dude, if she came up missing, dude, they've gone through her Tinder account. Okay, this is the guy, whatever. Same with the Uber thing.
By the way, Chris, she's 19.
Yeah, like,
19, 18,
Yeah,
same
give
shit.
her a year. At 19,
She's still illegal to drink.
She was low. You were both.
It ended up ending up in a relationship, and it didn't end up, with something
Crazy,
terrible, which
yeah.
is good. Next thing you know, you end up on Law and Order.
Yeah.
So hey, she's here tonight. There you go, which is good. I will say this though, real quick, for the guy's answer. I don't know if you guys noticed. I was listening very intently to a lot of the ladies' answers, and a lot of the girls just said move on, right? Like, hey, it's not that big a deal, blah blah blah. Which goes to kind of show the difference between men and women when it comes to dating. I've always said that women naturally have an abundance mindset. And
there it is.
Their responses kind of showed that. Like, no,
there it
move
is.
on, or hey, you were just
there it is.
She into you, just move on, whatever. And the thing with women is that you guys kind of get that luxury of being able to move on, because I always say even an ugly girl has more options than a very attractive man. I don't think women understand that. Like,
dude, Pogson was a savage. He was an absolute savage. I think we've heard and seen enough. I think we've heard enough and seen enough at this point. I guess the recap, and we're about to watch a TSR Tunes premiere. You guys are definitely going to want to stick around for these. These are absolutely awesome. But yeah, the takeaway from this is that Amanda, aka Silver Sable, she has figured out that she walked into a hornet's nest on Fresh and Fit. And I remember, this was funny. I remember Janina, Adriana, and Amanda were all sitting in front of us before we were about to go on the air. And I remember Janina saying to us, man, you guys look like you are ready for this. And I remember looking at Rolo and telling her, these girls have no idea who we are and what we're about. And they found out very, very quickly. And then Kevin Samuels called in. So we had a godfather at the table, a godfather on the phone lines, and she got absolutely cooked. And so what she's done, as people tend to do, is they adjust. She knows now, and she said it a little bit earlier, what I learned from my last episode at Fresh and Fit is I gotta be a little bit more amiable. I can't be so aggressive. I can't be so hardcore. So she has managed to be a little bit more likable. But just because she changed her behavior and her decorum doesn't mean that her mindset has changed. And she revealed herself. She has revealed that she really hasn't changed, just the way she kind of operates. She now has a boyfriend, she says, and she calls him a nice guy. So there you go. There you go. A woman who is 42 years old, who has clearly passed the wall, because she ain't 32. She had to settle for a nice guy, because guys who are worth the damn ain't trying to fuck with Amanda. They're just not. Amanda, I'm sure, is a very lovely individual. But at the end of the day, Amanda is living proof that what we talk about here is true. So much so that even at the ripe old age of 42 years old, she looks at relationships along with the other chick who, Jesus Christ, I can't even believe she even looks like that right now, is they view relationships through a transactional point of sale point of view. All relationships are transactional. My girlfriend Devin, she gives me exclusive access to her body. She gives me access to her brain in terms of the SEO and things she does for my website and the mobile app and all that other kind of stuff in exchange for physical, mental, physical, financial protection. Devin doesn't have to worry about anything. She does not have to worry about anything. She has nothing to worry about financially. She has nothing to worry about physically. That's all good. That's the exchange, but it's not a point of sale type of thing. It's not a point of sale type of deal. What it is it's not a point of sale type of deal. So it's not like after I butt fuck her, I say, okay, let's go get a coach bag. No. We understand that this is transactional, but it's not point of sale transactional. So in the future, guys, you have to really listen to what women are telling you. If a woman says stuff like, well, if you're older and she's younger, you're still paying, or why is she with him? I mean, if she's with him, is he paying her any money? Stay away from women like this, because even though women understand that relationships are transactional, they're not if you're talking about relationships from a transactional point of sale point of view, that you have a sex worker on your hands. Absolutely. You have a sex worker on your hands. Alyssa Wilkins says mutual benefits. Absolutely. Okay. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to premiere my very first TSR Tunes video. Was actually made by a guy who just volunteered to do it. He's also the same guy who did the Kevin Samuels video earlier. Right after the TSR Tunes video, right after I premiere that, we are going to do our Love is Blind breakdown. It's going to be the Love is Blind breakdown is going to be a little bit shorter because it is a Friday, but we are going to do it nonetheless. So without further ado, here is the TSR tune. Here we go. Yes, there's an ad. Deal with it. Like, honestly, I thought I was going to jail. This was the reality. I knew that I was probably not going home that night. I was going to spend 72 hours in Clark County lockup. So, long story short, here's what happened. So I've been seeing this girl. On and off for about 6 months. The last 2 months, we were seeing each other pretty regularly. And so we would see each other every weekend. And dude, it was great fun. It was absolutely great fun. We didn't have to go anywhere. Sometimes we'd order in. Dude, she actually made jalapeno poppers at my place. It was a good time. Well, I had added 2 new girls to my roster. And so what I was going to do is I was going to sort of gently just sort of fade out of her life, just little by little. So what I did, here's what I was going to do. I texted her. I said, hey, I'll use the word I was like, hey, Stacy. It's Donovan. Listen, I've gotten behind on some projects. I'm going to have to take a rain check for this week, but we will definitely get up next weekend. Now, my plan was to just not have sex with her that weekend, have sex with her the weekend after, then kind of slowly fade out of her life. That was the plan. And the reason why I was going to do that is because girls don't take rejection easily. You can't just ghost them, right? Otherwise, they go absolutely crazy if she actually likes you, and Stacy absolutely did. Her name was Tracy. I'll just keep it real. Tracy really liked me. She liked me a lot, and she worked crazy hours. That's why we couldn't have sex on the weekdays, or at least that's what she told me. So who knows? Who knows what the hell she did on weekdays? So what she did is after I sent her that text, she's blowing up my phone. She's like,
"Oh my God. What's wrong? Do you not like having sex with me? Is it my body? Is it like..."
And I'm like, no, like everything is fine. I just need to take this weekend off to get caught up on some projects. Of course, I was lying, but that was the story I gave her. She doesn't know. Maybe 15, 20 minutes goes by. She calls me up and tells me,
"Donovan, I'm pregnant."
Okay, now, this wasn't the first time I had a girl call me up and tell me she was pregnant. So I immediately just go into autopilot. I said, all right, stay right where you are. I'm coming over, which is exactly what she wanted. So I go to the CVS and I bought 2 pregnancy tests, $30 each, Clear Blue Easy. Do not get a pregnancy test at the dollar store, guys. Spend the money to be absolutely sure. So I said, all right. So I drive over to her place. I walk right in. She looked very happy to see me. I didn't touch her. I held up the pregnancy test right in front of her. I said, go to the bathroom and take this test right now. Dude, she was like a deer in the headlights, but she had to comply because if she didn't, her whole plan blows right up. So she goes to the bathroom and I watched the urine come from her lady parts right onto the stick, as clear as day, negative, right? So at that point, I said, no. I was very calm. I said, Tracy, stay where you are. You're going to take another test. She's
like, I just peed.
I said, you're going to stay right there. You're going to take another pregnancy test. She's like,
why are you doing this?
Then I raised my voice. I said,
stay there until you piss. You're going to take that second pregnancy test.
So for about 15 minutes, we're just standing there in awkward silence. Every time she tried to speak, I just, no. Don't say a word unless I see you piss a plus sign. 15, 20 minutes later, she pees on the stick. It is negative. So at that point, I don't even say it's been real. I turn around and I'm out the door. The whole time she's like,
please, Donovan, don't leave. I love you.
Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh my God. So as I get towards her door, I hear her walk into the kitchen and I hear her, and I didn't know she was on the phone. She said,
yes, I would like to report
domestic Duracell.
At that point, I knew I couldn't leave. The reason I couldn't leave is that I was a black man. Number one, I was a black man. Number two, she was a white girl. If she calls the cops and says, Donovan, domestic Duracell, he Duracelled me, then guess what? If I leave, I'm automatically guilty because they think I'm trying to get up out of there, right? And that's just how that was. Listen, I'd been in some crazy situations before, never like that. Inside, I was freaking out. I didn't let her see I was freaking out. So I went over and sat on her couch. I took up my Windows phone. And it's funny because I just downloaded an audio recording app. What I did is I broke out my phone. I hit the audio recording device and I didn't place it as though I'm recording. I just took it out and just kind of put it on the table. So I said to her, I said, look, Tracy, I said, why are you lying? Why did you call the cops and lie to them? Why did you just call the cops? And I made sure that I was very, very clear. I said, why did you just call the cops and lie to them and tell them that I slapped and choked you? This girl was, and dude, she had no idea what was happening. She took the bait right there. She says,
it's because I'm tired of all this BS. I didn't want to lose you in my life. I freaked out. I thought I was never going to see you again. I didn't know what to do. And so I did the first thing I could think of to try to get you to stay.
I said, that's it? Now, of course, inside I'm seething because this girl is, now that my life is in this girl's hands. I just kind of said, that was it? She said,
well, yeah, that was it.
I said, well, Tracy, why didn't you say so? If you had told me that you didn't want to lose me in your life, that totally would have made a difference. She's like,
really?
I'm like, dude, you just called the cops and lied on me. All you had to do was tell me that you didn't want to lose me in your life. And of course I lied to her. I said, I just had to get some projects done, but I didn't have a problem with you coming to my house, maybe, watching a movie, Netflix, and I didn't say Netflix and chill wasn't a thing at that point. You could have come over and, hung around while I was working on my project. And she's like,
yeah, we can totally do that.
I was like, all right, cool. So right after, so we sort of converse a little bit, right? And I don't know how much time went by, but right when we were sort of calming things down a little bit, the door, and it was not a knock on the door. It was a bang on the door. Immediately, Tracy goes white. Her eyes wide as saucers. She's like, she forgot she called the cops. She forgot that she called the cops. And so I sort of gestured towards the door. I get the door. And she's like,
no.
I was like, dude, get the door. She says,
what if we don't answer the door? She's like, I'll just tell them it's all a big misunderstanding.
I said, you need to go and answer the door. They pound again because again, they think a big black man is in here assaulting a poor little white girl. And listen, I've been on the other end of cop knocks. I know exactly what they sound like. She says,
we just won't answer. I'll just tell them it's a big misunderstanding.
Then I said to her, Tracy, you need to let them in or they're going to let themselves in. That's what needs to happen. So she slowly goes over and she answers the door. There were two cops. There are these big burly dudes, right? When there's domestic Duracell going on, they don't send female cops. They don't send small cops. No, these were two 6'3", 6'4", probably ex-military black ops, whatever. Basically enough to, kick me around if I tried to do anything stupid, right? They're not Brock Lesnar huge, but they were both larger than I was. And it was obvious why they were there. I didn't make any sudden moves. I just sat there on the couch as calmly and as coolly as possible because if I start yelling and calling her a liar, and this is BS, that automatically makes me look bad.
I'm a large black tattooed man.
I can't show any aggression, or that aggression is going to be construed by the cops as a threat. And if they have to subdue me, they're taking me in regardless. So I said, I'm just going to sit here and I'm just going to be totally cool. So of course, they go to her first. They're like,
okay, tell us what had happened.
And so and it was funny because they asked her these questions. They were very leading questions. They asked her these questions in such a way that automatically made me sound guilty. Even still, her story sounded terrible. It would have been very hard to believe her, but she had to stick with what she told the operator was, I slapped her and choked her. That's what she had to stick with. And when she told the story play by play, you could tell she was lying. They probably interviewed her for 15 minutes. They kept asking. I was like, dude, Are these guys trying to get me convicted? And at that point, I was like, are they going to allow me to tell my side of the story? Like, honestly, I thought I was going to jail. This was the reality. I knew that I was probably not going home that night. I was going to spend 72 hours in Clark County lockup. When all of that was finally done, they then turned their attention toward me. They said, okay,
Mr. Sharpe, what do you have to say about this? What's your side of the story?
I said, officers. I showed them my hands because, again, I'm a black man. They're white cops. I said, I'm going to reach for my phone. Is that okay? They said, yep, that's okay. So I reached for my phone and I opened the app. I was praying to every God I could. Dude, I was praying to God, Allah. So I hit the play button, and to my great relief, our conversation rang out as clear as a bell. Even the part where they banged on the door to come in, I would record it all the way up to that point. Even the part where they're like,
hey, I'll just tell them it's just a big misunderstanding.
They heard everything. And she said,
because I'm tired of all this BS and I didn't want to lose you in my life.
And it's funny because when I started playing the recording, Tracy tried to interrupt. One of the cops just said, "That's all." She tried 3-4 times. He kept saying. At the end of the recording, one of the officers went over there, says,
Miss Andrews, we are placing you under arrest. You have the right to remain silent.
Dude, she's crying her eyes out. She's like,
you gotta believe me. He trapped me. He entangled me. He threatened me. Like he told me about the recording.
That's all there was to it. So they let her outside, and of course she keeps crying. One of the officers stayed back and says,
listen, man, do you want to press charges against Miss Andrews?
I was like, no, dude, I don't want to have anything to do with her. I just said no. I just want to get the hell out of there. Because if I press charges against her, now I got to show up to court. He says,
listen, we can do a restraining order if you want.
I was like, I want nothing to do with any of this. I just want to go home. He says to me,
you know, if more guys did what you did, we'd probably be locking up a lot less men.
The moral of the story is record everything, guys. Dude, record the audio, record the video, record everything. Because what you have to understand, the burden of proof in a court of law is guilty beyond all reasonable doubt. Now, this was a great arrangement as far as I was concerned until one night she tried pulling what she thought was a power move that blew up in her face. A while back, my buddies and I were out having a few cocktails at one of our favorite nighttime spots, Senor Frog's. Senor Frog's was on the Vegas Strip and was located where all the action was. There was never a shortage of hot girls there, and it didn't matter what day of the week it was. Tuesday, Sunday, Thursday, didn't matter. Senor Frog's was the place to be if you were looking to try to get some action. Anyway, we were all sipping our whiskeys and having a good time when I spot a drop-dead gorgeous Mexican girl with some of the perkiest boobs I'd ever seen sitting at a table all by herself. This was a little confusing to me because girls who look like that are almost never out alone. They're either surrounded by their girlfriends or out with a boyfriend. But seeing a smoke show sitting alone was extremely rare, even in a city like Vegas that's crawling with hotties. Now, I didn't waste any time standing around pondering why she was there, or figuring out how I should approach her, because even in a target-rich environment like this,
you snooze, you lose.
All it would take is me hesitating for a split second and someone else would slide right in and talk to her before I did. So I acted quickly and decisively, walked right over, sat at her table directly across from her, and used the greatest pickup line ever. Hi.
I'm Donovan.
Now, even though she did see me walk up and nonchalantly take my seat, she looked a little surprised. My guess was that she probably had never been approached like that before. Now, some of you guys might think, well, how could you think that, Donovan? Hot girls get approached all the time. And you'd be wrong. Because believe it or not, super attractive women don't get hit on nearly as often as you might think. And the reason for this is because they're, well, of course, super attractive. Okay, sure. Men will strike up conversations with these girls, but they never do so in such a way that tells them in no uncertain terms that they are trying to build attraction. The truth is, 99% of men who do talk to hot girls usually just talk about the weather, or a funny video they saw on YouTube, basically any benign topic they could think of just to be talking to her. But these guys never straight up ask her for her phone number, or suggest that they hang out or go out for drinks. Most men never really make a move because they're afraid to. Why are they afraid? Because hot girls are intimidating to most men. And because of this, they are always pleasantly surprised when a man grabs his Y chromosome and just goes for it with her. Well, this was obviously the case with this girl. Anyway, after I introduced myself, she said,
"Hi, I'm Luz."
I smirked and sarcastically replied, I certainly hope not. That would make things pretty awkward tomorrow morning." She looked at the floor and smiled in embarrassment as her cheeks turned a brilliant shade of magenta. And that's when it hit me. This girl is shy. Girls who look like she does are almost never shy. If they are, it's usually because they were an ugly duckling growing up or just a natural introvert. Having lived in Vegas for as long as I had never spoken to an attractive woman who was shy. So now there were 2 surprised people sitting at the table. The difference was I was able to hide mine. She, however, clearly was not, which was fine by me. Now, having dated my fair share of Latinas, I knew that the word Luz was actually her name. Luz is a fairly uncommon girl's name in Mexico. It's actually spelled L-U-Z. She was maybe the 3rd or 4th I had ever met at this point. So me knowing that this was actually her name worked to my advantage, because not only did I use it to playfully make fun of her, but to also let her know up front why I was sitting there. Remember the quote, awkward in the morning response? See what I did there? Anyway, she said,
No, my name is Luz.
And then she spelled it out.
L-U-Z.
I said, oh, thank goodness. I'd hate to have to kick you out of my apartment 2 hours after we met. I mean, how embarrassing would that be for you, right? Her grin was ear to ear as she giggled with delight. It was obvious my game was tighter than a snare drum that night because she was soaking it up like a dry sponge. I mean, this girl was quite literally tickled pink. So she says,
I'm sorry, I have a boyfriend.
And I said,
well, I'm not. He's not invited.
She giggled again, but this time she put her hand over her mouth to keep herself from laughing out loud. This is gonna be a slam dunk, I thought. I might not even need to get her phone number. Turns out I was wrong, because after she stopped giggling, she said,
let me see your phone.
I sarcastically said, no way, I don't know where your hands have been. And this time she finally laughed out loud, but only for a split second because she quickly covered her mouth and went back to giggling. After she regained her composure, she said,
you're really not going to let me see your phone?
I said, well, that depends. Are you going to give me your phone number or your fat ugly sister's? Because I'm going to warn you up front, fat girls give me nightmares. Once again, she giggled with delight. So I handed her my phone and she put in her digits. But as soon as she did, she got right up and left the table immediately. Now, there was no way I was going to turn around and say, wait, come back! Why? Because that would have made me look extremely desperate and very thirsty. I knew she liked me, and had I broken character and gone from charming, charismatic, and fun to me chasing her out of the bar, her attraction to me would have been gravely compromised. Now, I had no idea why she just got up and left, but I didn't really care. Maybe she was meeting up with her friends, maybe she saw someone she knew, or maybe she actually did have a boyfriend and saw him walk in. Who knows? Either way, I got the digits, and that's all that mattered. Well, the very next weekend, we started sleeping together. She lived in Indian Springs, which was roughly a half-an-hour drive from me. Yes, this was a minor inconvenience, but she always treated me very well when I went to see her. She'd have a pack of cigarettes and a bottle of my favorite whiskey waiting for me when I got there. Then she'd make me a nice meal. I mean, Luce really rolled out the red carpet for me every time I drove out there. After we ate, we'd relax and watch a movie and maybe fool around a little bit. Okay, so we never made it to the end of a movie for obvious reasons, but at least we tried, right? Now, the sex wasn't exactly mind-blowing. Don't get me wrong, it was sufficient, but she just wasn't that good in bed. Thankfully, she had the body of an adult film star, so that was a nice consolation. But like I said last week, sex with super hot girls is usually fairly average, and that's probably putting it lightly. Anyway, every Friday or Saturday night, I'd drive out to Indian Springs to see her. Now, this was a great arrangement as far as I was concerned until one night she tried pulling what she thought was a power move that blew up in her face. Before I tell you about that fiasco, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video with anyone you know who pees standing up. And if you'd like to get weekly individualized coaching, become a patron at patreon.com/Donovan Sharpe. All patrons $5 and above get weekly access to my 1-hour Zoom meetings where I give coaching, do consultations, and give guidance about girls, game, finance, fitness, and anything else that pertains to becoming the best version of yourself. Okay, let's get back to my story. So I drive out there one Friday evening and everything is going the way it usually does. She had my cigarettes, my whiskey, and made a nice chicken dish. After we finished eating, we had a couple of cocktails and then of course I tried making a move to have some fun. Now usually she reciprocates and 15 seconds later she's butt naked and on her knees. But this time was a little different. Instead of letting me pull up her dress and get it in, she pulls away and says,
"You haven't earned it yet."
Now, she giggled when she said it, much the way she did the night we met. So I thought she was joking around and trying to be playful. So I try again, and she pulls away again and says,
"No, I'm serious. You haven't earned it yet."
Now I'm confused. I said to her, "Are you kidding with this?" She says,
"No, I'm not kidding, Donovan. You can't just waltz in here and smash without whining and dining me a little bit."
So I said to her,
"Well, I ain't the whining and dining type."
And she said,
"Well then, I guess you're not getting laid tonight."
And I said, "That's what you think," grabbed my stuff, and walked right out the door. You see, what this girl didn't know was that she was the side chick. I had a girlfriend at the time, and she was coming to my place later that night after she got off work. This is why what Luce tried to pull didn't faze me. That's the power of abundance. Girls try to pull this nonsense all the time. They give up the booty anytime you want in the beginning, and then try to take it away to control you.
Now, the average man would have fallen for Luce's BS, but not me. And I demonstrated as much when I left without a backwards glance when she tried this little power move of hers. And just as expected, she's blown up my phone the entire drive back to Vegas.
Come back. I was kidding. Why are you being stupid? I'm sorry. You can do whatever you want. You don't have to whine and dine me.
Blah, blah, blah.
No, I didn't turn around, and no, I didn't respond. I straight up put her ass on ice and went radio silent on her. That entire weekend, she called and texted non-stop. Her emotions were all over the map as she couldn't seem to decide whether she loved me or hated me. And even though I fully expected this, it was still amusing to watch her squirm for a couple of days. So Monday afternoon, I ended her suffering and texted her, "We need to talk, my place at 7. Now, she tried poking and prodding to find out what I wanted to talk about. She tried calling and threatening not to come over and all the rest of that. The typical behavior of a woman in her predicament. But I never responded. And at 6:45, right on schedule, she gets to my place dressed like she was headed to work at a gentleman's club. Short skirt, heels, curly hair, hoop earrings, red lipstick, and a barely there blouse that covered maybe 10% of her C-cup you-know-whats. I was pretty sure she was wearing a bra. Anyway, when she nervously asked me what we needed to talk about, I shrugged my shoulders and casually said, "Never mind, it wasn't a big deal." Those were my words verbatim. Luce breathed a sigh of relief and asked me what I wanted her to cook me for dinner. I told her, "It's all on the counter, medium rare." True story, guys. I had taken out a New York strip about a half an hour before she arrived because I knew that she would offer herself up on a silver platter and do whatever I wanted her to do. So before I rearranged her insides, I wanted her to cook me a steak. Not just because I was hungry, but to put her back in her place, which was subservient, submissive, and obedient with no whining and dining necessary. She was on my territory, and I wanted to drill into her psyche that she was there to serve me. So she eagerly goes into the kitchen, skirt, hoop, heels and all, cooks my steak and broccoli to perfection, then willingly and eagerly gives me access to all 3 of her luscious little holes. No exaggeration, guys. This is exactly what happened to the letter. That night of bedroom fun was far above average, and it stayed that way for quite a while, as she gladly accepted her role as my side chick for about the next 7 or 8 months. That's right, guys. The night she came over to get her brake speed off after I put her on ice, I told her I had a girlfriend, and she still stuck around. She didn't like it, but she accepted it, and she still treated me like a king. That's how desperate she was to keep me in her life. This is the power of the abundance mindset, gentlemen. Eventually, she did end things because no side chick wants to be a side chick forever. They want that #1 spot. But after I shut down her 4th or 5th attempt at trying to be my main chick, she finally decided to move on. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, this one did sting a little. She was hot, she was actually a sweet girl, and did whatever I told her to. But one of the main reasons I didn't make her my main chick was because she knowingly and willingly played second fiddle to another woman, which likely means she had self-worth issues. It turns out that Luce was indeed an ugly duckling. And while that does explain her kind disposition, it also explains her promiscuous proclivities. The night I approached her at Senior Frogs, she was there with her boyfriend. That's why she got up and left as soon as she gave me her number. And while I'm fairly certain that just about every girl I've dated in the 702 probably gave their numbers out to other guys while with me, Luce actually showed me during our very first interaction that she could not be trusted in a relationship. But on the bright side, I was spending a lot less on gas. So at least I ended up in the black.
All right, so yeah, I just decided to just go ahead and premiere the 2 of those just to kind of give my voice a rest. All right, so what's going to happen now? What is going to happen now is I'm going to do my Love Is Blind breakdown. I'm going to be doing my my Love Is Blind breakdown. So let's all get ready for that. If you want to watch the Love Is Blind breakdown, all you got to do is download the Sharpe Stream app. It is available for Android and iOS. So you can go to the App Store or the Google Play Store. Download it absolutely free. Only on the mobile app can you watch all of my premium content live. If you want access to the replays of my premium content, become a patron at patreon.com/Donovan Sharpe or become a member at sharpestream.com. So that's going to do it for this, the 543rd edition of TSR Live. I will see you guys over on Sharpe Stream in 2 minutes. Thanks for watching.
This experiment is now a proven approach.
What is up? What is up, one and all? It is that time. It is that time. It is time to hashtag Netflix and chill. It is time to hashtag Netflix and chill. So if you want to continue watching, give me a second here. Okay, if you want to continue watching, download the Sharpe Stream app. Download the Sharpe Stream app. It is available for Android and Apple. I'm actually expecting a delivery, so I might have to bounce for maybe 30 seconds to go down to get it. But thank you guys all very, very much. Thank you guys all very, very much for tuning in. So I will now say goodbye to my Facebook audience. My